Look who's on time tonight. I'm on time tonight. You know, I had to show up on time tonight. Jill, you're not the only one on time tonight, sis. I'm on time tonight. Shoot, I was sitting back waiting on y'all, to be honest. I've been here 30 minutes. Where y'all been at? Oh my gosh. I've been waiting on y'all, low key. Just saying, you know. I've been waiting on y'all, so I had to wait for y'all to show up. Oh, we about to get into it because I was talking about this on my Instagram. You should follow me on Instagram. You know, we get it's a little messier on there. Toxic. Thank you, Island Girl. I really do appreciate that. That's so sweet. Thank you guys for the compliments. All right. Let me go ahead and play my little intro here. And then we're going to get right into tonight's video this evening. Oh, I have a good one too. It's a good one. It's a good one. You know, before I play my intro, I will say this. You know how they're always asking us women, oh my God, you're so pretty. Like, you're gorgeous. And you have a lot going on for yourself. You know, I just don't understand why you're single. And I was 24 years old when a man came on here, well, Instagram, and he openly admitted that he felt like healthy women, good women, were boring. I'm like, what? And I'm like, you know what? This actually makes a lot of sense. So now when people ask me, I don't get it. Why are you single? You seem like a great catch. Now I can respond and I can say things like, well, sir, I'm not toxic.
Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Okay. So I don't know, y'all. I honestly don't know what men expect for us to do. Like, I did not know that when you get into a relationship that you are supposed to entertain your partner. I thought your partner was supposed to go and entertain himself. I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know that it was my job to entertain my partner. I mean, I thought you go hang out with your friends and be entertained. I didn't know that I needed to put on a clown suit and entertain you. I had no idea. So let's go ahead and get into today's video. Oh my God. I just can't believe this. Like, I can believe it because I feel like this is what I've been dealing with. And you know what? I'm sharing this with my therapist too, because I just want to see what she got to say about it. I just want to know what she got to say about it. Because I'm like, I feel like this is what I be dealing with. Let me see. Toxic men are pushing.
It was so easy.
Sir.
A girl.
This is just a mess. But you know what? We're gonna entertain it. We're gonna entertain their logic here for a sec. Is it showing? Let me blow it up. This is absolutely ridiculous. Mm.
I had a relationship. It was so easy. The girl was just about everything a man can ask for, right? All right. She had good sex. She can cook. She can clean. She had intelligence. She can communicate. She was respectable. She dressed well. She had nice style, intellect, mind, body, soul, gorgeous girl, great hair. I can go on and on and on, right? But because there was no dysfunction, I decided that it was boring because I was used to trauma. It was so easy, I decided that it was too boring. Peace, love, positive vibes.
Oh, we're gonna break it down. Oh yes, we're gonna break it down, and then I'm gonna take some calls. Okay. I just want to say this. I just have to get this off my chest. You know, every day we log into these apps nowadays, they're always giving unsolicited advice on how you can get you a man. And it requires you to jump through all of these hoops, like cook, clean, have good sex, give good head. You know what I mean? And this man just sat down right here in front of our faces and said, you know what? Here's a thought. I don't want a good woman because a good woman is a woman that's boring. Well, that makes sense. So why didn't you tell us that to begin with? And see, this is why I told y'all, I have been telling y'all, and I said, since the church girl video, I literally said that good girl, you are the most single. You are the most single. These men aren't going to church. They're not trying to better themselves. That's why I don't even know why you wasting your time. You going to these seminars, you paying these relationship coaches, you tapping into your femininity, and you know what? You're still single. Okay, you can keep going to these single mingles. You can keep doing all of that extra stuff, wasting your money. You're investing in what? I don't at this point. You need to invest in new men because that's the only way you're going to get into a relationship at this point. The man just sat down and he just told you that this girl was everything, checked off all his boxes, but because he was used to toxicity, he was bored. These men are not going to church. Every time you go to church, you see nothing but women. So where they at? The club. They at the club, the strip club, one of them clubs, a bar, or they in their homeboy's basement getting bent over. One of the two. One of the two. I don't know which one it is, but it's one of them. And here you are, you over here trying to work on yourself. They don't want a worked on woman. They want a toxic woman, sis. They want you to be toxic. And here you are spending all this money on trying to be healing and understanding a Christian woman. Like, girl, they not checking for you. They not, and that's why they keep going to places like the strip club, they homeboys' basement, because they trying to find something else, sis, and it's not you. So a lot of women, because I came across another video, and I'm gonna have to play that one too. I came across another video, and I'm just like, dang, this is insane. But I understand sis's frustration. Let me go ahead and pull it up. Thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Let me go ahead and pull up this other video that I saw. This girl, she's stressed. This is 99% of my followers because she don't understand it, and neither do I. But I just found out what it is. You're not toxic, sis. It is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm not going to tell you to go out here and become toxic. I mean, they really want us to just go out here and become toxic just so it will make them, like, I guess, entertain. This is insane. It is insane. Let me see if I can pull it up, though. Where is it at? Yep, because I was like, ooh, I'm going to have to watch this later, but I already know what it's about. Let me pull it up. This girl stressed in the car. She said, I'm terrified. A lot of women are terrified of dating at this point. Girl, terrified? That is an understatement. Terrified. Girl, I'm shaking in my boots. I don't even know what to think anymore. Okay, let me go ahead and stop. And let me share again. Because this is crazy. This woman in the car stressing like this. Let me see. What is taking so long? Okay, so it's just wait. Let's wait. It's buffering, you guys. I don't know what's taking so long. What is taking so? I'm gonna just exit. What is taking so long? See, this is why I should have had it pulled up before I started, because every time I do, you know what? I'm gonna just go to her page. I'm gonna just go to her page. There's this girl. Let me see if I can pull it up. Her name is Sheila. I think her name is Sheila Love. Oh, wait. It's coming up. It's coming up. I think. What is going on? Oh, her name is Sheila True Love.
Appreciate you guys. Someone says,
Oh my God. Let me just pull it up. Because this is taking way too long.
when you shop at Walmart,
Let me see if I can. And see, this is why I take videos down, because I don't have time for commercials. Okay, there we go. Now we should be good. Here we go. This girl in her car. I know y'all seen the video too. I know y'all seen the video because it's been making its rounds. It's been making its rounds all over social media. I know y'all seen it. I know y'all seen it. I know y'all seen it. Here we go. The title of this video is, what is the point of getting into a relationship? A lot of women are terrified of dating.
I have literally come to the conclusion that I am so terrified of dating. I don't want to date. I don't want to get married. I don't want to do anything. Men are lying, cheating. You can't express yourself, or you're arguing. What's the point? What is the point? I'm at the point where I'm over it. Like, why? For what? I get to know you, you get to know me, just for you to do what? Cheat? Just for you to not text or call? Just for you to not pay attention? just for you to not communicate. Why? And then not only that, it literally messes with your mental. When you're trying so hard to get better and to heal, and you fall in love, and you get hurt, and you want to do it again. You're tired. For what? For what? What is the point? And I feel like if I get into another relationship and it doesn't work out, for what? What is the point? What's the point? I'm so tired and I'm so sick. Over it.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't care no more.
What do I want?
I just gotta be
I want
honest.
to know myself.
I just gotta be honest with y'all. Like when I say I could care less, I could really care less. And now these men done drove me to not care. Oh my God. Oh my, like when I say I don't care, I don't care to the point. Like I know my business is kind of set up around caring and stuff, but I'm like really getting to a point where I just really don't give a damn. Because staying in this space is stressful. And it's like, listen, I didn't sign up to be stressed my whole life. That's crazy to me. I deserve to be happy, and I deserve to not be in a high, stressful, hostile situation. And I didn't sign up for none of this. I didn't. These men, they need to get it together and leave me the hell alone. Listen, go to your corner, right? You go over there, and then I'm going to go to my corner over here. Don't bother me. Don't bother me. Don't bother me. Because I can tell you now, I don't need sex. See, men need sex. Men need sex. I don't need sex. It is not that serious for me. Like a lot of y'all not even laying the pipe well anyway. I'm just being honest. You're not laying it well anyway. You're not laying it well enough for me to care. You're just not. You're just not. And then it's a high risk for pregnancy. We in this high risk pregnancy stage in America right now. Do you think I really want to be stuck with you for like 18 years? Like, no. So I don't need sex that bad. I mean, forgot. I need to go get my new toys that I just ordered. I ordered me some more toys too. Okay, I sure did. I ordered me some more toys off Amazon. They was delivered today, and I'm gonna need to go down there and get into my little box because ain't nobody got time for this. I'm not about to keep being stressed out like this. This is ridiculous. Like I got stuff to do. People will see, and it's just not supposed to be this hard. Life is not supposed to be this hard. It's just not. It's just absolutely not. I'm on my 20th toy, and I'm probably gonna buy 20 more because nobody wants to deal with this. I don't need sex that bad. It ain't that deep to me. It's just not. So I wanted to break this down though. So this girl, she's stressed. She's fed up. Like, girl, me too. And I'm over it. So at this point, for a man to care, for me to care again, the man that walks into my life, he got to be damn near perfect because nobody wants to deal with you. I'm sorry. You can't even be decent. You can't even be decent no more. Like, I'm not even falling for that. You can't even be decent. Like, no, you need to be perfect. You need to be perfect. If you're not perfect, it's just a no for me. Like, it's just a no. If you're not perfect, it's a no. And if you're not perfect, that means God didn't send you. So that means I'm a fool to deal with you at this point. Because you got to be damn near perfect. Like, I just don't want to deal with you. Like, it's just disrupt my space, my energy, my good energy, because I have good energy. It's not toxic. It's warm. It's inviting. Makes you feel at home. Makes you feel like you can open up and you can really truly express yourself and you don't have to filter yourself. So it's just like, why would I want you in my energy? You got to be damn near perfect just to get in at this point. Because it ain't happening. Like, I don't know. It's just not that serious. And then a lot of the relationships that you see are fake now. People not happy. People online faking their happiness. Faking their happiness for a check. Some of them. And then some of them faking their happiness. Some of these women be faking their happiness. This is what's funny to me, and I can see right through it. Some of these women be faking their happiness because they in competition with their friend group. Like, damn, that sucks. Like, every day you gotta fake like, damn, I really like this nigga, but I really don't like this nigga. But I'm pretend like I do because, you know, I'm trying to one up Keisha and them because, you know, I gotta make it seem like my man all that when he not. And you paying all them bills too. That's crazy. But you know what? Save face. Because I'm gonna be over here saving face in my corner, minding my business. And you know what? I'm not stressed out. So I mean, like, a lot of them do that. A lot of you guys, it wasn't until I moved to Houston where I started seeing some crazy stuff. I started seeing debit cards being sent under the table, credit cards being sent under the table. Yeah, if that's what it means to be with a man in 2022, count me out. I don't got time for that. He's not on the mortgage. What you mean he not on the mortgage? Well, he had bad credit. What? He had bad credit. He not on the mortgage. You on the mortgage, sis? What's the point of him being around again? I'm sorry. No, you can't even put a man on your mortgage. I can't do it. I can't do it, y'all. I can't do it. Not on you can't even put the man on the mortgage. Why is he there? He's just around. Okay, got it. I don't want to deal with that. So it's just not going to happen. You'd be surprised what a lot of these girls are dealing with just to say they got him in. I can't do it. I'm going to choose myself every time. Okay. I wanted to break this down because, like I said, I've dealt with this before. I've dealt with this before. I've dealt with this before. Men do this thing. Toxic men do this thing. And listen, in the beginning, when you meet a man, they're on their best behavior. That is how they're wired. That is how they're programmed. They are programmed to be on their best behavior. And this is why when it comes to vetting, the only way you could truly vet a man is by taking your time. If you try to rush, you're gonna miss out on seeing certain things that you needed to see. And I always tell girls, like, you need to see a man angry. You need to see a man in an uncomfortable position. You need to see a man in a position where he does not get his way and just see how he reacts, how he handles those emotions. Okay. Before you ever think about taking a man serious. And then when you meet a man, you know, you put men in categories. Okay. Every man that you meet, they just not your husband. And you know what's crazy? I was at the bar the other night and I was having a conversation with this random man that I met at the bar because I like to go out by myself. That's another thing. Going out by yourself should be a regular thing because men approach you the most when you're by yourself. Okay. So I was talking to this man. And, you know, a lot of my commentary and my male advice, it actually comes from men at the bars because men at the bars are very honest. They are very honest. Okay, first of all, they don't know you from a can of paint. They don't know what I do. I'm just a random, you know, common goer that's just going to this bar trying to see, you know, what's good on the menu and stuff like that. So I'm talking to this man and I asked him, I said, why are there so many non-committal men these days? Right? And he responded and he said, do you want the real answer to that? Or do you want the answer that most women want to hear? I said, I want the real answer. I don't want that, you know, I don't like that Milky Way type stuff. Give it to me straight. You know what I mean? And so he gave it to me straight. He said, well, you know, the reason why there's so many non-committal men, right, is because, well, this is the most access Black men in particular can get. Like they have access to white women. They have access to foreign women. They have access to Black women. They have access to all of these different women. And he was like take you, for example, like you're tall, you're thick, you're beautiful woman, right? But then there's another woman out here that I can go out here and taste and sample. And then there's probably like 10 other more women that I could go out here and sample. This man was delusional, but I'll give it to him. I'm like, okay, he was delusional because I'm just like, sir, you ain't got it like that. But maybe you do, because women today are very desperate. So maybe you do got it like that. And so he was like, you got short women, you got tall women, you got women in between, you got women with big busts, and then you got women that are more petite. You got women that are hippier, but they don't really have a big butt. But then you got women that have big butts and they're hippier, or you got women that are just slim. And he was like, you know what? I want to try them all. I don't want to just try you. I want to try all of these women. And I'm like, that's interesting. And so, you know, I didn't get offended by it. I'm like, the truth is the truth. It is what it is. So a lot of these men walk around non-committal because they have so many options. First of all, I'm going to tell you now, women shot themselves in the foot when they said every man that you encounter can hit you, can have sex with you. We're never going to win. I'm going to tell you this now. Like, we could do the city girls up, We could do the tit for tat all day. But no woman is going to win until you close those legs, sis. And it's really that simple. So if you're not where you want to be, you're not getting what you want to get out of life, it's because there's too many women with their legs open. And until women come to this realization, we're still going to lose. And your life is passing you by. That you getting older. Just so you know, your life is passing. And that is the only way. That is the only way we're ever going to win. Because when he told me that at the bar, I was like, dang, so the only way women can truly take their power back is to close their legs. We already lost. So this is why I don't plan on stressing about it. I don't see women closing their legs. I don't. I'm sorry. I just don't. No, I wish I made this story up. I'm sorry. I wish. But that is exactly what that man told me to my face. He literally said that. He said tall women, in between women, average women. He said he wants to try them all. Women with big busts, women with fat, you know, and then women that are slim. He wants to try them all, and he has the ability to. And he was saying that social media, these dating apps and things like that, it makes men really think that they have a real chance in trying them all. And it's just, it is what it is. I've talked to enough men and it makes sense. There was another man that I'm talking to. This man has absolutely he has no plan in life to marry to one woman. He wants to get married, and he knows that as long as he's bringing home the bacon, the money, right? And she doesn't need for anything, he can cheat. He can cheat. Our sexual liberation is not for every man to experience. Well, we should have never. I'm just gonna be real with y'all, because a lot of these men, if you notice, a lot of these men are taking on the feminist mindset. They want their woman to be a feminist. Think about it. You cook, you clean, you having sex with me, right? And you honestly believe, and I'm gonna let you believe, because men, they're smart people. They're not dumb. I'm gonna allow you to believe that you can do what men can do, so I can use that against you to get everything that I want out of you while doing absolutely nothing. It was the most brilliant plan that men adapted to. It was, because by you saying that you can do everything that a man can do, well, then men are going to come into the picture, and you're not going to expect for him to do anything because you can do what men can do. And so you're going to try to do everything, right? And this man is just going to sit here and he's just going to benefit off of everything that you're doing. Men are not stupid. Men are very smart. They pretend to be incompetent in order for you to do everything, in order for you to do it all. And Black women have gotten suckered with that for years. Black women, and it started when we were kids. I mean, even my own brothers, like when I was younger, they would act so incompetent. Like they didn't know how to mop. They didn't know how to sweep. They didn't know how to clean out the bathrooms. They didn't know how to fold laundry. They didn't know how to properly clean the kitchen. And so they knew that if they would act incompetent, that I would come in behind them and do it all and do it better. So a lot of women, I'm gonna just be real with you. We played ourselves. Like we fed into the hand that played us and is still playing us. And we don't even have the I don't even know if it's common sense at this point, y'all. I don't know what it is. We don't even have the common sense to be like, okay, let's do something different. Let's do something completely different than what we've been doing, because what we've been doing didn't do anything but F us in the ASS. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. It didn't do nothing. Absolutely nothing. And it put us in a worse position. But see, the thing about women, though, is you can shift this entire situation instantly. Like, we can wake up tomorrow morning and it shifted just like that. Why or how? Closing your legs. That's the only way. That is the only way. It's to close your legs. And see, men, they claim how much they need sex. They need sex. They need sex. They need sex. The only thing that we women need is, we like closeness, right? We like the feeling of cuddling and feeling attached to a man or to someone, right? But at the end of the day, it's not necessarily needed. Men feel like they need sex. They need sex or whatever like that. Yeah, they need it. And they're trying to get it out of you, but you're giving it up to them for free. So he's getting something that he needs out of you. And what are you getting, sis? Say nothing. You're not getting absolutely anything. Nothing. You're not getting nothing. You're not, or if you are, you're not getting everything that you want when you should, because he's getting everything that he wants plus some. He got you running in this Olympics, cooking, cleaning, making your tap dance and rub your stomach, and at the same time trying to see if you're wifey material. Meanwhile, he laying on the couch, he ain't busted a grape. And you know what's crazy is you still out here performing this imaginary Olympics trying to see if you're wifey material. And then these men, they just run around scot-free, similar to how they were in our childhood. Our brothers, cousins, whatever they are, they got away with so much. They got away with so much, and they still do today. It's incredible how it just repeats itself. It is incredible. So not only do they pretend to be incompetent when it comes to certain things, but they also do this thing too. They push a good thing away. They push a good thing away. Men will push you away. And another way that they do this, they self-sabotage. Oh my, I don't know how many men that I've dealt with that have self-sabotaged a connection with me. Everything, and y'all let me know if this has ever happened to you. Everything is going great. Like, there's nothing that he can truly, honestly complain about. Like, nothing. There's nothing to complain about. I'm not entertaining other guys. I'm not out here shaking my ASS all over the internet. I'm not posting thirst traps. You know, I'm being dedicated to my person, right? And so some of these men will get out here and they will self-sabotage a connection with you intentionally, right? Like, they'll do things like push you away. They may even ghost you. They may even pick a fight with you intentionally to create space in between you guys, because things are just getting too, I don't know, mundane, or it's just like you guys are getting into this nice little routine. And for whatever reason, he feels like life is supposed to be, I don't know, like entertaining 24/7 out of the day. And it's really sad. It's really sad, because critical blackmail, I'll have to check it out. Thank you for the super chat. It's really sad because you're over here being dedicated to this relationship. You're putting all this effort, you're putting all your emotions, all your time and everything, and you're thinking that you guys are working towards something, right? But the whole time he's trying to find a way out. Like he's trying to find a reason why he needed to get away from you in some weird way. And then you guys, it does not make any sense because it's just like, where are you going? A lot of these men have greener grass syndrome too. They think that they missing out on something. That's why whenever a man starts to act like that with me, I just be like, listen, if it's that serious, go back to the streets. Okay, but just know when you come back, I'm not gonna be here. I am not gonna be here. Go back to the streets. I'm not gonna be here. I will not be available. I will not be available because men really don't understand what they have until they no longer have it. Until they're on the outside looking in, like, dang, I really messed that up. Yeah, you did. You really did, and you messed it up. You yourself, and some of these men need to really look at themselves in the mirror and ask themselves, why did you mess it up? What was so bad about it? What was so bad about it? You know what's crazy? Was in this video, he said a woman that was respectable. He said a woman that was respectable. These men love drama. That they love it. I think I'm be honest with y'all. Y'all gonna be mad at me when I say it, but I'm gonna say it. It's because they mama had nothing but drama around them when they were kids. Like I'm gonna be real with you. Some of these men's mothers had men in and out of their lives. It was always drama. They don't know what stability is. They don't know what emotional stability is. They have no idea. They've been fighting for their life since they was kids. And a lot of it, I really do feel like it's because that's their relationship with their mother. That's their relationship with their mother, y'all. And I'm just like, listen, you need to go work out your mommy issues. A lot of these men have mommy issues that's not talked about. Everyone wants to talk about the daddy, but the mama was toxic as hell. She was toxic. She was very toxic. And so he don't even know what a real relationship with a woman is supposed to be like. He really think that you're supposed to yell and scream and shout at each other and that's love. Sir, what? This man said she was respectable. Let's break this down here for a sec. He said this woman was respectable.
I had a relationship. It was so easy.
Okay. And then another thing, let's talk about how some relationships that are easy. That was the thing. The relationship was so easy. It was almost like men that I have dated in my past, they needed a struggle. They needed a struggle. They needed a fight. And that's why some of them, they go out here and they create a fight with you. They create a fight with you because it was so easy. It was so easy. And they're so used to fighting. They're so used to yelling. They're so used to being emotionally manipulated and things like that, that for the first time in his life, he was in an easy relationship. And you know what he did? He created a situation. He created some drama. He created a fight because he does not know how to be at ease. Do you not understand? There are people that grew up in toxic home environments. They don't know how to live at ease. They don't know how to live at ease. It was just too peaceful. He needed some chaos. He needed some chaos. And that's why, like, I've seen situations like this that happen with adopted children, how they come from like an orphan or a different family and how they have a hard time adjusting. This is very similar to that.
The girl was just about everything a man can ask for, right? All right. She had good sex. She can cook. She can clean. She had intelligence. She can communicate. She was respectable.
Respectable. This man said respectable. Now, I have a question for y'all. How many times have we came on this app or heard a podcast and men are always, Black men particularly, are always talking about, oh, she not feminine. She always got an attitude. So this is like, did I hear him correctly, y'all? Did you hear this? He said she was respectable. I hear that all the time. And so that's why I feel like a lot of this stuff is really disingenuous. I know them. I'm telling y'all now, I'm going to just be real with you. If I had 3 baby daddies and I was a little toxic, like I had an attitude, I talked back, I don't know, if I was out here cutting men's clothes up, setting, I don't know, doing weird stuff like that, blowing up a man's phone, and then he blocked me, and so then I text him through Snapchat, or I text him through Text Now, or I text him through Cash App, or I emailed him or something like that, or better yet, I pop up at his house. If I was on some stuff like that, do you not understand? I would be married. I would be married right now. Not for a doubt in my mind, I would be married. I'd be married. I would be married. Do you hear me? And this is why, y'all. I know y'all see Black Love on Oprah, right? Oprah's Own. Almost every Black Love relationship that I have seen on there, there's always a woman fighting more for the relationship than the man. There's no equalness in that. Like, it's always the woman fighting more, going through toxicity though to do it. Like, she's chasing him down when he's ignoring her. He's cheated, but she desperately wants this man, and so because she kept fighting for the relationship and for this man, he settled with her. I'm seeing a pattern here with Black Love, and it's toxic. I mean, it's like people are afraid to say Black Love is what it is. It's toxic, period. And the reason is because people have made it toxic. Yes. So that means if you're Black and you're like, oh, I'm Black Love, you made it toxic. You did, because you refuse to work on yourself. You refuse to actually heal and work on your trauma and some of the issues that you may have. Because guess what? We all have them. We all have them. And see, I don't understand why is it so hard for people to work on themselves so that they can get to the good part where they can actually enjoy life. And life doesn't always have to be like this upheaval where you always dealing with something. You always dealing with something because you have issues that you refuse to address within yourself. So you keep meeting this guy, even your marriage is toxic. Like, your whole marriage is toxic. But the reason why your marriage is toxic is because it started off that way. And there was no work that was put into place to overcome how toxic it was in the beginning. You just kept selling along, and that was it. And nothing changed. Nothing came from it but wasted time. I don't understand why Black people don't feel like just work on yourself so you can actually get to the good part. The good part is available. The good part is always there. But the more you live in denial about how toxic your relationship is or how toxic you are as an individual, you will never get to the good part. Like, the good part will be this thing, and it gets farther and farther and farther away from you. But it's a choice that you're making every day. Like, just get your stuff together, and then you can get to the good part. But the more you live in denial, the further the good part is away from you. It literally sails away from you. And most men fumble their soulmates because they want toxic behavior and struggle up. They realize it later in life while their soulmate found another. Well, listen, I'm over here trying to find another. I also thank you for the super chat. Wait, did I miss one? Oh no, I didn't. Men virginity went from 8% in 2008 to 27% in 2019 for age 18-30. Why is that? Ooh, Roseline. Hold on, wait a minute. How did I miss your? I don't even think I put yours on the screen. I probably just didn't read it. I think it's social media. I think it's social media. I think the reason why men's virginity went from 8% in 2008 to 27% in 2019 for ages 18 to 30 is because of social media. A lot of these men don't know how to have social interactions with you. They don't know how to come up to you and have a conversation. That's why I don't know why y'all be arguing with them online anyway. A lot of them don't even know how to come up to you on some smooth type stuff and be like, hey, what's your name? Can I get your number? They not like that no more. Men are very weird nowadays. So ain't no way they out here busting a nut. I'm sorry. They not out here busting nothing. They not, unless they busting their own nut on themselves. So I see why. I mean, when you got porn and you got your hand, I mean, what else do you need? That's why the red pill community is as big as it is, because ain't none of them busting a real nut in real life. That's why they get on here and they're so angry all the time. They so angry. I'm like, sir, why are you so upset? Why are you so angry all the time? Like, relax. If you want to go, I mean, think about it. I mean, it does get tiring. See, me as a woman, and this is why I don't get women today either sometimes, because I'm like, girl, everybody wants to have sex with a woman, even some of these women. And so I don't like some D could never have me out here looking crazy to nobody, because I'm like, D is just too easily accessible. I mean, you got the TSA guy at the airport trying to smash. You got the security guard at the hair store trying to smash. You got the guy at the bank, the teller. He trying to smash. He been trying to smash every time you go in there and you get a deposit. You make a deposit. So I'm just like, if it's, for a man, it's hard out here. It's not as easy trying to get into some panties. But there's always a man. There's always a man, sis. Like, always. And then you could double back and go back in somebody that you was dealing with in your past if it's that serious. I don't understand. I be seeing girls on the internet saying things like, I had the best D of my life and he had me out here doing crazy things. I'm like, okay, no, you have attachment issues. That is why you're out here doing crazy things. It's not the D, sis, because you can go and get you some more D. Somebody else can give you some better D, but you're stuck on this one guy just because you like him. That's it. But if you didn't like him, that good D wouldn't be so good. It's because black men think that just because they got a good woman, they can do better than that woman. Not wise enough to realize that they got lucky with her. Facts. Did you see Future regretting Sierra in his new video? Regretting? Like, what you mean regretting? No, I'm telling y'all, like, y'all laughing, but a lot of these men be angry because every night, like clockwork, they busting a nut on themselves. Like, I would be mad too. Every night. And see, it's different for us as women. Okay. It's different for us, but you a man and you got to bust a nut on yourself every night. That's not normal. And see, that messes with their psyche up here. See, if they was out here and they was getting women like that, and they would be nicer. I told y'all, men be angry. They be angry when they broke, and they be angry when they not busting that nut. And it's just that simple. It is just that simple. That's why I be telling y'all, a man that don't get none, oh my God, that's a mess. And then a man that's broke, whoo, that's even worse. A broke man and a man that don't get none, whoo. Oh my gosh. I hope my mama ain't watching. Hold on. Did somebody answer this question? Did you see Future regretting Sierra in this new video? Somebody answered it. I'm telling y'all, a lot of these men be angry because they life sucks. Like, it is what it is. And I'm not about to argue with you and you about to bring my life down. Like, I'm happy. I'm happy. That's why I be telling y'all, stay away from broke men. They don't be happy. They don't. They do not be happy. And women, and it's this, I tell y'all this all the time. The way you feel when you are feeling insecure about your body is how men feel about their pockets. Oh my gosh. If you feel highly insecure about your body, like, oh my God, you catch an attitude because you don't want to wear the dresses without the sleeves, or you don't want to wear certain items and garments without a waist shaper or something like that, or you wish your butt was bigger, or I don't know, like whatever insecurities that you have, think of a man and think about how he's broke. He feels the exact same way you do, sis. That's why I'm saying stay away from him, because a lot of when you're not happy with yourself, there's no way you can be happy with somebody else. So you just gonna have to stay away from it. It's literally the same thing. It's just men and women, we're different. We're expected to show up differently in the world. Men are expected to lay pipe and to have bread. If they don't have bread and they not laying pipe, they are not happy. Women are expected to show up in the world and use our beauty as our currency, right? And so a lot of women that feel like they don't meet this standard of beauty within society or whatever like that, they be upset too. They would be upset. They are angry about that, because at the same time, it's like, oh, well, women, they get this, and they get that when you're pretty and stuff like that. But no, and this is what I'm saying. They don't respect you, though. But see, women don't care about that. Women don't care about that, and men don't care about women respecting them. As long as they have the money, as long as they have the sex, they don't care. And women, too, it's the same way. As long as women look a certain way, they don't care that they're not being respected. A lot of these girls don't care about that. There was a video that I saw on my Instagram where this woman, she was a sex worker, and this guy just straight up said, like, no, I wouldn't take you serious, but I would smash. I would smash you though, but I would never take you serious because you're a porn star. She does sex work. And she was like, but I'm a great catch. Da, da, da. I'm like, why are you trying to convince this man that don't respect you? He just said that he would hit you, but because you're trying to prove that you're wifey or you could be this girlfriend or whatever like that, he don't care. He would hit you though, but that's it. Which means he finds that you're attractive, you're pretty, but you're not worth marrying though. So it's just, it is what it is. I don't know why the world is the way that it is, y'all, but you know, if you get out here and you just pay attention, you'd be like, dang, so she don't really care if he like her like that. She's just trying to prove how worthy she is of relationship while being a sex worker. Me personally, I would stop talking to him after he said I would smash, but I wouldn't take you serious though. Yeah, block. I'm gonna block you. Sorry, but I'm gonna just have to block you on that one. You know, I love my block button. I don't know why a lot of more women don't use it. Just use your block button, sis. And then you don't gotta stress so much about your life.
She dressed well. She had nice style, intellect, mind, body, soul. Gorgeous girl.
I would like to continue on by saying that basically you can be the perfect woman for the wrong man. Like this woman was the perfect woman for the wrong man. For the wrong man, the perfect woman for the wrong man. And every day we get on this app, you know, and it feeds into the culture too, like especially with Black culture, where women are expected to be damn near perfect in this community. Like women are expected to be damn near perfect, but these men can be lazy, sloppy. They can go around impregnating 20 women at a time. And then you get pregnant by one man, girl, and you the biggest hoe walking. But a man can go out here and impregnate 20 different women at the same time. And somehow one woman is worse than this man that went out and impregnated 20 women at the same time. It's crazy, y'all. It's really crazy. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I really feel like Black women should just focus on yourself and stop jumping through these hoops every week. You're jumping through a new hoop, girl. We're not a part of a circus. We are not clowns. They need something better to do. I feel like you should focus on yourself and, of course, better yourself for yourself. But I wouldn't do it for these men. They won't even appreciate it if you do. They don't. They would rather you be toxic Okay, they would rather you cuss them out, call them out their name, tell them they stupid. Okay, as long as you're their preference, you'll get a pass. That's exactly how they are. So I wouldn't trip about it. And then this is another thing. Like, when it comes to black men in this app here, I'm like, do you not understand that I come on here and I talk a lot of shit? And do you not understand that I can still go out here and find a date just like that? And if I wanted to go and have sex with somebody, I could do that just like that. If I wanted a man to buy me something to eat, I could go get somebody to do it just like that. So I just don't understand. Like, why do y'all get in my comment section crying about that? It's just very strange. It's very, 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 very strange. I don't get it. I don't get that at all. I'll be trying to figure it out. I don't know. And then y'all argue with these men. Stop arguing with them. They confused on life anyway. Some of them don't know if they want to be bent over, if they want to do the bending. So it's just best that I wouldn't worry about it. There's better things to be worried about. Did anybody talk about the future situation? So does Future regret Sierra? Or does he regret messing up his relationship with Sierra? I need somebody to explain that. Does he regret Sierra or he regret? I personally don't know how anybody can have any sex. I just, right now, this economy is set up to get you to get pregnant to fail, period. Especially if you are a single woman. Oh, he regrets losing her. Shut up. Stop it. How did I miss this? Oh my God. I know you lying. No. Oh my, not, listen. You know what Future just did? Gossip Girl just did a review. Oh, I'm gonna have to go look. But listen, you know what Future just did? For all these men that think like this man right here, he just made an anthem song for the girl that just got away. So y'all telling me this, right? I didn't know, but y'all telling me this, right? And so now I could think of a few men in my head that's probably listening to this song right now, drinking late at night, reminiscing. Oh my God, stop it. This is too good. So that's what, you know what? And this man, I don't care what, I think it's a trauma response. You know how men are. You know how they are late at night, drinking, crying in the dark. Probably just got out the shower. That's probably their fourth shower that day because they keep crying, so they keep getting in the shower, making themselves feel better. Mm-hmm. It's funny. This man is literally on TikTok making a video about how this girl that he messed it up with got away. Y'all know that's what this whole TikTok is about. That is what it's about. And see, Future, he's great when it comes to his marketing. He's excellent. He is brilliant, you guys. Like, he is brilliant. He knew to make this anthem because these men love this man. And they all have probably dealt with a similar situation. So the man is brilliant. And a lot of these toxic men that have a future mindset are probably at home right now in the dark, crying, having a drink to this song. And I think it's fabulous. I do. Let me go look it up. That man needs to leave her alone and let her enjoy her black married life. She is drinking right now and not about to downgrade to Boone's Farm. No, you did not. You know what, Mia? Oh my gosh, hold on. Somebody said smoking weed, going through it. Do you hear me? But I'm here for it. And hold on, let me go to Gossip Girl because I gotta see this. I got it. And listen, Gossip, why is she so funny? Oh, wait. She's on live right now. Not Future begs for Sierra. Hold on, she on live right now, but I gotta go look because I'm nosy. I gotta see it. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. She doing this messy C situation, and I need to catch up on that too. That is a mess. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Okay, so right now she's talking about the messy C situation. She's not talking about the future situation, but I'm like, do they have a behind the scenes? Okay, I'm about to let y'all come on. I'm about to open up my lines. I thought I put it in here and I did not. But I want y'all to call in and talk about. There we go. I want y'all to call in and talk about dang, what did I do? Talk about a time that a man pushed you away and self-sabotaged a connection with you. I think this is going to help some women, honestly. They love Future and hate Russell. That is a mess. I'm going to wait for y'all to call in. X is trying to creep back, but has a girlfriend already. Sir, it's over. Please carry on. 8 months of peace. Yeah, it's like once a woman gets her peace back after a toxic relationship, it's a wrap. Okay, fluffy flirt. What's going on? How are you doing, sis? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I guess I gotta stop sharing. Huh. We can't wait a minute. I think it's me. Because I'm like, we can't hear you. Okay.
I'm on mute. Sorry.
Okay, cool. So, Fluffy Flirt, what was a situation or scenario where a guy was trying to push you away or self-sabotage a connection?
Okay. So I met this guy in high school, and basically we did everything together. And so he would come, like, it annoyed me at first. He would come over my house, like, we'll sit on the couch, we'll talk, we'll walk around the neighborhood. We'll just do everything together, right? And it got to the point where at night, he would just, like, at night we will be on the phone and he will talk for hours about all kinds of stuff, like his childhood, what he plans to do in the future, all this stuff. And it's like, I'll sit there, I'll listen, I'll agree. Like, he was basically planning our future together, right? And so, okay. So your advice on, like, just letting the man talk and he'll tell on himself, that is so true. Because one day, right, we're just talking, having a normal conversation, and he starts talking about this ex that he has. And I'm like, okay. And basically what he was saying was him and his ex was on and off, right? It was nothing serious. At the time he moved to a whole different town. They're hours away from each other. It's nothing serious, right? And then he like one day he was going to go home for a family reunion, and he was basically implying that she was going to be there. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, okay. And so what he wanted me to do, right, was go with him to this family reunion and basically like lay my claim on him. And I'm like, are you crazy?
What?
This yes, you got this
So
grown man wanting me to follow him to his parents'
how
house
old was he?
where um he was the same age as me, but
Okay.
he's a couple months younger.
Okay.
And he wanted me to follow, like, mind you, his parents already know the girl. Apparently his stepmom and her mom are cool. They're best friends. They always talk and stuff like that. So he wanted me to go into an unfamiliar environment out of town to go fight this girl. And I'm like, I'm not fighting over you.
What?
We ended up breaking up for like a lot of other reasons as well, but I'm like, I am not fighting over you. You are not that special, my guy. You are
Yeah,
not.
that was definitely an ego trip. So he basically was. He sounded like a narcissist. He was trying to invite you to a family reunion, knowing that his ex would be there to make her jealous of
And
his.
it's like it was even crazier because it's like I think he got too comfortable. That's my opinion. He got too comfortable. Like I just made him too comfortable. And it's like something else you said. You gotta be difficult within reason because they really be trying to play you if you're.
Gotta be difficult within good reason because if you're not, they will start to ice skate, and once they start to ice skate, it's over.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way you can redeem yourself. That is the only way. Well, thank you, sis. I appreciate you coming on and sharing your story. I'm about to move on to someone else. Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Okay, is it Beauty by Desiree? How are you doing this evening?
Hi,
How are you, sis?
I'm good. Um, so I don't know what story I wanted to start with yet, but I kind of wanted to kind of say that if you have been in like a toxic household, you kind of take on some of these behaviors. So when you were like explaining how the toxic men operate,
Mm-hmm.
I was like looking and I was like, damn, that might be me. I
Mm.
might be the toxic one. I might be the problem. No, I was kidding. Like, no, but I am starting to see that, like, because of the household I grew up in, when I kind of started dating, um I took those toxic behaviors and I learned, kind of from my aunt, because she was kind of like a player. She's been married a couple times, so she kind of taught me about, like, honestly, they really like the toxic woman. That's what I want to agree upon. They
Ooh,
love
yeah.
it when you are like, you argue with them for no reason, you ghost them, you come back and you just be difficult, like really difficult without reason.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that's kind of how I got engaged the first time, because the man, he loved it. He was just like, toxic, I want to marry you. And so I just learned that, like, first of all, that was something, a learned behavior, from me.
Mm-hmm.
And two, I started getting in relationships, and like I was looking for that same kind of, like, toxic wants toxic. So
Right.
if I did meet a good guy, I was like, man, he's boring. I would always tell my friends, I'm like, I met this guy, but he's boring. And they're like, why? Like, what's boring about him? I'm like, I don't know. The way he talks, I don't like how his left ear looks. I don't know. I'm bored. And I realized, I'm like, once I started getting into therapy and stuff, I'm like, oh, what's boring is they're not like narcissistic. They're not toxic. They're not, first of all, love bombing and then
Mm.
switching up on me. So I don't have that switch that's like, oh, like a shock to my nervous system and my peace. And, I started self sabotaging those good relationships. So I'm like, I feel like I'm on the opposite side. Like, I've met the toxic men because I was toxic too. So I attracted, the energy that I had. And to like my second point, I love this whole life.
Oh,
I
thank
feel like
you.
I feel like I feel like when you first came on and you said just being the good church girl, like the good, because I grew up in church too, and I realized I remember one time I went to Bible college the first year I went to school,
Oh, wow.
and everybody in my class got married except for me. And I was like, what am I doing wrong? Like everybody married. My aunt was in my class too, which is crazy, but my aunt was in my class too, and she got married too. And I was like, there must be something wrong with me. And I'm realizing that, now that like I was the good girl,
Mm.
virgin, dressed right, polite, didn't speak up for myself, let everybody walk all over me. And when you were saying in the beginning, you're like, that don't get you nowhere. And I'm just like, I'm done. I'm dying, and I love it because it really doesn't like being performative for other people, even faking your happiness. I did that earlier this year. I was miserable. I
Oh,
was stressed out, and um, all I have is pictures now, like pictures and another bill for my therapist because it's not worth it. So I would say that sentiment about you just saying that, like, yes, um, definitely. I don't know. I'm just on the new track now, and I've been getting this from your lives. It's like stop faking your happiness. Social media will have you, oh, I need to post a picture. I need to update my relationship status. They don't see me with a man. I don't even care. I will be the weird one who we never see her with the man. We never, well, because I don't post him, okay? I don't
right.
post him. And even if you do see me with a man, you might see me with another one next week, and I'm gonna need you to mind your business because it
Facts.
wasn't in your business anyway. So,
Facts.
and so I'm just getting that like right now in this time of my life is like I don't want to fake my happiness for nobody, for likes on social media, for comments, just to say I have a man, just to say I have somebody who's toxic, who don't do nothing, does nothing for me, broke, dusty, whatever you want to call it. I can't do that. I can't. I've been so happy and healing in this time. Since I left that comment on your last video about, just having that toxic relationship I was in. When I
Hmm.
tell you, I was like, I don't know. You remember those R&B videos where they was crying in the rain and begging for their man? That well, I was the opposite. I was in the shower crying and saying, "Thank you, God, I'm single. Thank you, Jesus.
That's
I
when
love
you
it here."
know. That's when you know you've been through
Woo!
something for real, for real.
I I mean, that relationship just made me appreciate my own energy. I was telling my friend
Hmm.
the other day, I'm like, you know what? I might just want to go ahead and like what you said the other day, marry myself because like I am the vibe. Like I'm the energy. I got good energy.
Right.
I'm caring. I cook for myself, clean for myself. I take care of myself like so good. I don't even know how I'm gonna like get married to somebody. It's gonna be really hard. They gotta be like you said, perfect.
Perfect.
And I don't know if that exists. It might be me. I might be the one. I might be my own soulmate. See, look there, I
Right.
found it. No more searching. I found me. So, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say is that like just keep it coming with the lives and I did have a session with you that I want to reschedule. So
Okay.
sorry for missing it, but I did email you back. I'm in Hawaii, so the time is like way different. So,
Okay. I'm
but
central. Yeah, I'm central time. I'm central time.
okay, yeah, no, I looked at the time when you emailed me, and I was like, oh my god, I missed it. No,
It's
and so I
okay.
had emailed you back, and so I was like, I'll just wait, because I know you said you had things to do. So time is money. But okay, I'm gonna get off on here. But thank you
Thank
for letting me
you. Thank
talk.
you, Desiree.
You're welcome.
All right.
Bye.
Bye bye. Round Barbie, you're up next.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. How are you doing, sis?
Oh my goodness. I'm doing great. Wow. First of all, thank you for having me and also just thank you for your live streams. I really love them. They're so informative.
You're welcome.
Um, but yeah, wow. So this story, I have grown a lot from this experience, so I don't need y'all roasting comments. I already know it was pretty bad. But I was talking to this guy and yes, he was a dusty. We're the same age, but he was not in the same place that I was in, which was definitely one of my first red flags. But he just it was bad. Like I could tell that at some point I became like an emotional outlet for him. But he also found me attractive, right? So now he's like, oh my gosh, like I love her body, but I also love her mind. But he doesn't like me enough to commit to me or make me his girlfriend or anything like that. So what I noticed started happening, for the summer, I got the chance to go out to DC on a business trip. It was fully paid for. I had my place paid for. It was really amazing. And I told him about this experience. And like, you know, when you tell somebody that you like that, like you're having a really great moment in your life, you expect them to be happy for you or to be proud of you, to encourage you, right? He just did not have that energy. He was very much so like, oh, like you're gonna be like, you know, like this bougie bitch now, huh? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, first of all, I don't find being bougie an insult because clearly you can't compare, right? And secondly, like if you had this experience and this is happening to you, I would be extremely excited for you. So why can't you reciprocate that energy with me? But I kept talking to him because I was clearly going through some self-esteem problems. So I was out in DC and the communication started just dropping off. I didn't say this earlier and I should have, I'm sorry, but we were friends for a while before we started talking seriously. We were friends for about 3 years. And then he told me he was interested in me and I was like, wow, this is kind of coming out of nowhere. Like I never would have seen this coming. So we would talk like almost every single day. Another issue. You should not be talking to no man that you like every single day unless you're in a relationship or something like that. That was crazy because I got way too attached to him romantically way too soon. But we were talking every single day. And when I was in DC, suddenly like he started calling me like once a week. Then it was like once every week and a half, like wasn't really texting me as much, et cetera, et cetera. And so I told him, I was like, why are you like not talking to me anymore? Like, why are you not talking to me anymore? What's wrong with you? This man's gonna say, oh, like my mother has breast cancer. Okay. Like a part of me was obviously extremely empathetic because that's a really hard experience to go through. Right. But also once again, like if I truly like somebody and I like, you know, care for them a lot and they're supposed to be my refuge or whatever, that's something you communicate with your partner or you communicate with somebody you care for. Like, hey, I'm going through this really tough experience. You don't ghost them and then try to weaponize that pain against them as a way to say that you don't know how to communicate. So I went through that. And then afterwards, I was like, okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that. And contact basically fell off. So when I came back to where I'm living at.
This is my question, though, because he was emotionally confining you. Why did he stop? Why did he stop to a point where when his mom got breast cancer, he just stopped reaching out? He had to be. One thing that I have learned about men is when they get mean like that and they get distant, they're entertaining somebody new.
And I completely believe you. Like, I would not be surprised if that was a situation. But it gets even worse. It gets even worse, sis. So I come back to where I'm staying at. And then the contact starts back up again, right? So he's like, oh, like, you know, let me see you, let me talk to you every day, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm asking him, like, how's your mom doing? Like, is everything okay with you? How are you doing emotionally? Like, do you need an outlet, et cetera, et cetera? And he's just acting like everything is fine, right? So eventually I'm like, you know what? Like, we've been talking for a while. Like, what are your intentions with me? This is another red flag. Most men know within the first month. I would say within the first month that they wanted to be committed to you. This went on way too long. But he was basically like, oh, well, you know, I'm just going through a lot of things emotionally and I'm not where I want to be financially. So I don't think that I should like make you my girlfriend or date you and be committed to you. But you're already treating me like a girlfriend, right? So that was my last straw personally. At that point, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of it. I'm done. So I cut him off. And I'm the kind of person that like, I like to pride myself on knowing how to learn from one mistake only once. I don't need to go through things multiple times to learn the lesson. So I cut him off. No contact, no phone number, no Instagram, no Snapchat, no nothing. Blocked him on everything. This man started stalking me. When I tell you that he has made multiple social media accounts to reach out to me, he has tried to contact me and my best friend from different phone numbers. He has tried to get my location. I literally had to go to my school and work with my victim advocacy center to make sure that I have some things in case things do end up getting violent in the future. But it was like a switch flipped in his head. Like he went absolutely bat crazy. And it wasn't one of those things where it's like, oh, like, did you miss any red flags? No. And thankfully my best friend is very, very self-aware. I feel like we are very open with each other. And she was like, I didn't pick up on any signs either. Like he wasn't obsessive. He wasn't like abusive. Like the way that we had, like when I knew him as a friend, he didn't exhibit any of those behaviors. He didn't talk about the people who used to date at that time with, like, nothing like that. So I was like, the only thing I can think of is that he's definitely narcissistic. I was talking to my therapist about this because I had to get therapy. And she was like, yeah, he definitely is like exhibiting narcissistic behavior.
Mhm.
And two, I feel like he was so upset that he couldn't have his cake and eat it too. Like, I think he's just extremely upset that I wasn't willing to sit down and take his abuse and take like his emotional manipulation of me and becoming like a trauma dumping center for him. And that I
Right.
decided to leave, that he decided to take it out on me and then be like, no, that's not fair. You can't do that. But when you had the chance to make me your woman, you decided not to.
And
Yeah,
you
these
know
men are
what?
crazy.
You did the bait switch. You flipped it on them. You
I
flipped it on them.
did.
Yes, you did. And when you do that, men, they go crazy. They start stalking you and stuff. They start doing weird stuff. Like they become super possessive. So,
Right.
I don't know if you like knew what you were doing when you did it, but basically it's almost like you switched the roles. Like now he became the chaser, and you are now the runner. But it's in a obsessive way. It's
Yeah, like he just went way too far. And I think another issue, which is like, I guess this is another like I guess important detail, but he was like my first.
mhm.
Um, and I think that maybe in his mind he thought that him being my first was gonna make me overly emotionally attached to him. But
Girl,
I was in that
stop
period.
it. Listen,
Wait,
listen.
wait. But I was
Let's have a conversation about that. Because I just
I was in
talked
that
about
period.
this. Now, you know, I'm
Yeah.
a late bloomer. I'm a late bloomer,
So
right?
am I. So am I. So am I.
And my every like when I was like still at that age where it was like normal to lose your virginity because I eventually passed that age, right? But when I was still at that age for me to lose my virginity and stuff like that, men actually scared me out of wanting to have sex because of this
Exactly.
emotional attachment that they kept
Mm-hmm.
talking about. They're like, no, I don't feel comfortable taking your virginity because you're gonna get a super attached. Virgins get super attached, and faces
Right.
so attached, right? I lost my
Mm-hmm.
virginity. I was not attached. I'm like, this is what everybody
Thank
was.
you. And you know what's crazy too? Like my parents, I'm West African, but I've been living in the US for a while, so most people can't tell. But my parents were also like very, very strict. So they're like, you're not dating in high school, you're not doing anything in high
Right.
school.
Thank
So
you.
I didn't lose my virginity until I was like in my early 20s. And
Mhm.
I think the one thing that came out of it that was really good is that I had built up enough self-esteem to not get attached to a man because of that. Like for
Right.
me, by the time I lost it, I was just like, you know what? I've known this guy for a while. Like we're close friends. I confide in him a lot. Like let me just get this over and done with, just to see what the experience is like. And afterwards, I was like, okay, cool. It is what it is. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, he's my first love, and I can
Right.
never give him up. It was nothing like that. And I feel like losing it later helped me be secure in myself and like to step away from that situation. Had this
And
been
that
when I was like 16, 15, this would have been a completely different story.
Thank you. And I feel the same way. That's why I tell girls to wait. Not like even if you're not trying to wait till marriage, it's okay. But wait, because when you wait later in life, you're not easily attached. But I can see how women
Exactly.
do get easily attached when they're younger and they don't know how to deal with their emotions and their feelings and things like that.
Yep.
But when you wait later in life, that attachment is so not there. It's just not
It's
there.
not there. It's not.
When I went into the situation, I'm like, I'm just going in it for the experience. I'm not really expecting anything or much out of the situation.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
So then I had that mindset when I had sex. I didn't feel really
Right.
anything.
It was
Like
just like, oh, new sensations. Okay.
right. And I was very concerned. Like I was
Mhm.
self-evaluating myself to ensure, like, oh my God, is there something gonna happen to me? Am I
Yes.
about to transform into something I've never
Right.
seen or recognized before? No.
And I was like, oh my gosh, am I gonna feel extremely different? Is there gonna be a shift in the universe once this happened? It was just
Right.
like it happened, and then I was like, wow, life goes on. Like that was
Right.
really it, you know.
Right.
And on top of that, like when it comes to us women, I feel like sex is only as good as we make it. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure like sex is great and everything like that, but liking a man and being attached to him makes the experience a lot better for us. It doesn't need to be like that for men, but for women, you have
Yes.
to have some kind of emotional attachment to enjoy it.
For the sake
So
of
for me, Exactly. So for me, like when I was having sex with him, I was like, oh my gosh, I like him. This is great. But then as soon as I stopped, then I was like, you know what? I'm done with you. Like you're emotionally draining, whatever. I was like, it wasn't even that good for real. Like it really wasn't even that good. So yeah, but these men out here are crazy. I haven't dated in a while, and honestly, I'm enjoying myself so much. Like I'm out here just living my life, being happy, and really just taking my time to get to know people. Like I am not really looking for my soulmate right now. I'm really just looking to get to know people, just experience life.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
I love that. I love that. Well, thank you, Brown Barbie. I do appreciate you for coming up here and sharing your story with us.
Thank you so much. I love y'all.
Thank you. Okay, I can't connect Fab 31 because it's saying that your mic, it's like your mic is not connected or something like that. Is this Miss Kirby? How are you doing, Miss Kirby?
Hey, Miss Yoni, how are
I don't want to put you on blast, but I do want to know, what happened with your current situation because, I'm nosy.
Oh, child, listen, I did some document reviews for that man. That's my friend. It's not going to happen. It's too much. There's too much baggage over there, and I just got rid of my baggage. And so maybe somewhere in the future, that would be cute or whatever. He's very
You
handsome.
got a lot of baggage. I saw it in the cards. I'm like,
girl. And I just, listen, I'm trying to fly with a carry-on at the moment. Woo! With that said, my ex stories, I'm gonna try to keep it short because I eventually gonna have to put this in my autobiography because that 6-year relationship was terrifying. But the way that he pushed me away specifically was, number one, he's a homosexual. And let me also say this, y'all. I'm accountable enough to say that I was very insecure when I got into a relationship with this man. I was very self-unaware. And I was also in the midst of grieving as well. So I just had a trifecta of things acting on my spirit and my psyche at the time. So I latched onto him after leaving a situationship. And I had known him for a long time. We've known each other since we were 13 years old. So there's a slight attachment there. But I had the sense to break up him when I was 13. So I don't know why I circled back around to him. But again, when you're not present in yourself and you're not fully realized, you're going in circles and over again and grabbing on the things in the wind. It's weird out here. But long story short, we were together for 6 years, and the way that he pushed me away was he was psychologically weak. He was enmeshed with his mother, and his mother was constantly wedging our relationship in one way or the other, either through controlling his finances or belittling me in front of him and belittling him. And I had been telling him for years, and he would confide in me, like, I don't really like the way my parents talk to me and communicate with me. And he used me as a safe haven. So my house, my apartment at the time, and then my house, once I moved into my house, was a safe haven for him. And I guess he figured that, he was going to dip in the pond in order to stay on the couch. And eventually over time, it's like, you not paying enough money on the bills in here. You talking about you was going to fix this, you was going to do this, and how you was going to have this great career. I helped you get a job that was helping us go all around the world and and you wasn't even using the benefits to your advantage. And like I said, your family is talking crazy about me. I have undiagnosed PCOS, so I get hair growth on my face. And his mom would make the most awful comments. When are you gonna get that fixed? That's not ladylike. Like she was mean. She was.
Watch out for the mamas.
And at the time, I'm thinking like, and I was raised Baptist, so in my mind, I'm like, oh, thinking this is an elder, and I don't need to, come at her sideways. But I would tell him, I'm like, listen, in order for us to be in a healthy relationship, you're going to have to get her in check, because this is going to continue if we continue, because she has a problem with me coming in. And I didn't say this part to him. I said this to my therapist. She clearly had a problem with me coming in and showing him a different way of life, and that you don't have to be in a space where somebody is mistreating you and abusing you verbally and financially, et cetera, et cetera. And for her, what she would communicate to him is that she's trying to control you. She just wants your money. She just with you because you work for this place. Well, girl, I helped him get the job, so why wouldn't I benefit from this particular job? Like, what's the problem? And so eventually it came to a head where I was like, listen, you're not protecting me psychologically, financially. There were some physical issues that went on. Like I said, I'm gonna write a book one day, because I don't want to get too detailed. But it culminated in a very huge fight, and he locked me out of my own house. girl. Right, girl. And so, I had to make some things shake. And when I got back, changed my locks or whatever, he flipped the script. You hurt me so bad, and you're a terrible person. And I can't believe you did this and did that. And I'm just like, but for 6 years, I have allowed you to tear up my heart, tear up my house, tear up my finances, tear up my spirit. And you telling me that I'm the terrible one? You've been a pathological liar the entire time. And he got real mad at me at the end. I said, you know what's really sad, sir? You've talked ad nauseum about how you did not want to be your father. And the only difference between the two of you is that you're not nasty.
Ooh.
You don't have a nasty attitude like your father has. And I had told him for years, I said, I do not want your parents' relationship. They're abusive towards each other, in particular your father towards your mother. Because here's a quick thing, ladies. If a man you're dating, if the mother looks tired, run.
Yeah.
If she looks worn out, run. If she, matter of fact, I'll give y'all a little tidbit. The first year we was dating, I was in their kitchen one morning because I was uncomfortable with spending the night at his house, but his parents was like, oh no, it's okay, cool. And I should have known that was a red flag, that you're gonna let a brand new woman sleep in your house in the room with your, with your son, which I'm not gonna tell him like that. Anyways, I was in the kitchen, she was making some fried chicken for breakfast, also another red flag. Yes, girl. And she was like, yeah, if I had known what I know now, I never would have married his daddy. And I was like, bro, you don't say that in front of new people.
Yeah.
You don't say that in front of new people, even if it is the truth. But I'm like, okay, well, that's grown folks' business. This and the third. Since then, I've grown a lot. I'm not as naive as I was. I'm definitely not insecure in the way that I was. And per all the ladies, therapy works, y'all. Cognitive behavioral, psychotherapy, whatever you need. Get you some Carl Jung, do a little shadow work, have fun. Do it all. Do it all. Please do everything. Skip and leap through all the psychologists, please. I beg of you. But yeah, I was like, you know what? Yeah, you are just like your father. You're entitled. You think that the women around you are supposed to mother you. You are a pathological liar. You are mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and sometimes physically abusive. And now he never popped me. And like I said, I'm gonna leave what actually happened for the book. But y'all, physical abuse is not just someone beating you in your face and on your body in certain ways. Yoni, you and I share a particular experience that you talked about in some of your previous. Yeah. So even within your relationship, you can deal with certain things, even though you might think in the moment, no, just because somebody didn't drag you around screaming and hollering doesn't mean it didn't happen. I'm gonna leave it at that. So yeah, all of that happened. And so what eventually pushed me away was I was like, I had come back from a trip where I was burying my paternal grandmother. And I asked him, I said, I need space from some of my other toxic family members. And they were calling him, trying to find out where I was and what I was doing. I was like, I need space. I need you to protect me. And after I said all of that, and I'm begging and pleading, and please vow that you will not do this. He was like, well, can you just call her? Because she won't leave me alone. Yoni, girl, I cartwheeled through this house. I had to get up out of here. It was crazy. But yeah, essentially I got pushed away or pulled myself away and yanked myself away like a kid in the mall trying to get to the candy store. Not being protected psychologically is a big thing for me. A very, very, very big thing for me. Like, I'm cool with, bearing whatever. Like if I need to put physical distance between myself and someone, that's cool. If I need to I've actually stopped letting everybody borrow or have money from me. That's a hard boundary for me now. But the psychological piece, your parents insulting you in front of me, calling you stupid and an idiot, and then insulting me and coming at my physical being when both of your parents are 10 pieces away from the grave, please don't do me. Please don't do me. Please don't. I'm a very sweet and kind person, Yoni. I swear to God.
You know what? I mean, when you making fried chicken for breakfast, that sounds crazy.
And I'm a big girl. And so I get it. I'm from the South. I get it. But some things are just too much. I grew up with grandparents. We went to the grocery store every day. We ate fresh food every day. I'm big because I eat good, not because I eat bad. I'm gonna leave that over there. Okay. I like a little Caesar salad and a little sirloin here and there. A little New York strip, little prawns, little oysters or whatever,
I love you some oysters.
I be at the reservation only restaurants. That's why I'm big. Okay. Not because I'm eating fried chicken and Mickey D's all the time. No offense to the people that can only afford Mickey D's, because I know people get sensitive. But the way I've set my life up after dealing with him, what is so funny is when you get a toxic person out of your space, because I thought it was all me. I was like, something's wrong with me, and I'm stupid, and I'm ugly, and I ain't got no sense, and I'm insecure, and what is it? When I got that man out of my house, I doubled my salary.
Isn't that crazy? Is that not crazy? I be telling girls, I'm like, listen, your money is funny because of that man. It's not. It's the man. You would just get rid of the man. I'm telling you, your money would just be better.
And had the audacity to stand in my house one day. I was showing him how to do something with the curtains because, again, I grew up with people that were born in the 30s, so I was starching drapes as a child. Okay, it was really my house. You know, people be talking about some. Oh, yeah, I had to do this. No, baseboards, drapes. I was folding my granddaddy's socks. Folding socks bothers me to this day.
And your drapes, there was like what? There had to be like 4 or 5 pieces. It wasn't just 2.
We in the South. I'm from Atlanta, and my grandma made her drapes too. She was a Renaissance woman. Starching drapes, girl. I'm dead serious. Stood in my kitchen and I was like, well, if you put the drapes this way, then I'll be able to see my projector. Why are you always flaunting your intelligence? And that was the day I should have been like, boy, get the fuck out my goddamn house. Flaunting my intelligence, that's part of the reason you got with me in the first place when we initially got together. You're so smart. You know how to do everything. You went to a Montessori school. That's how you learned how to do that? Oh, wow, that's great. And then because you insecure, foolish, and on that fool-la-la, then you want to turn around and say, why you flaunting your intelligence? Why you ain't intelligent, boy? What's the problem? Did they not give you enough oxygen coming out that Tasmanian devil you was birthed through? Was her canal too tight? Or did your daddy snatch you out like he snatched everybody else around? What was the problem? What's the issue? I'm concerned. How you make it all the way through somebody's university and paid them $40,000, $50,000, and $100,000 for a degree, and you can't do basic geometry? What is your issue? I'm confused, befuddled, perturbed. But anyway, that's how a man pushed me out of his life and pushed me further into my greatness. I've thoroughly enjoyed getting to your content. It has helped me in my healing process. And like I said, I doubled my salary, and I am also moving into a new space. So,
well, I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Oh my God, that is hilarious.
Listen,
well, thank you, Auntie Kirby, for coming up here.
Absolutely, I appreciate you. Y'all have a good one now.
You too. Bye-bye. Oh my gosh, y'all. Every time I talk to Auntie Kirby, she is hilarious. I don't care what nobody say. She is hilarious. Now y'all know why we call her Auntie Kirby. Okay. My cheeks hurt. You know when you've been laughing too much? Well, how do you pronounce your name? I'm sorry. Is it Millie?
Hi, it's Malay.
Malay. Oh, Malay. I like that. That is different.
Thank you, girl. Yeah, I'm used to that. I don't ever get used to that. I'm like, thank you. I know. Thank you.
I like that. I like how it's spelled too. It's very simple, but it's given sexy though. You know, I like that. That is very pretty. I might have to steal your name. How are you doing, sis?
I'm fine. And yourself?
Good, good. What would you like to add to this conversation?
Okay, well, first let me start out by saying that Brown Barbie took my whole talking point because, like, I was like going over, okay, which story am I going to tell? And then she like took one of them, so I have to like kind of like mix two together for it to like, because it happened with all like in a year. So my very first boyfriend, so I was a late bloomer, like not late, but 18 is like when like I just started deciding, okay, I'm gonna put myself out there and start talking to the opposite sex, because high school I was not wanting to talk to. I went to a predominantly white school, so you know, wasn't
how
talking
was
to the
that?
boys.
How was that?
Black boys was not talking to me. So
how was that experience though?
Oh, it was the things that you talk about. When I say like I've been talking about this for years, I'm 25. No, I'm lying. I'm 24. I've been talking about this since like I've been realizing things since middle school, because I used to go to a school in the city. I'm from Philly, so in 7th grade, my mom transferred us to a school in the burbs, which is it's a school that Kobe went to, and everybody be so hype over. But it was like academically wise, it was a great school, and I like had good time there. But it was like, as far as I guess you could say teenage dating or socializing, it was like, as a Black girl, Oh,
You know what? The suburban black girl, we don't ever get any love. I mean, we just don't.
oh, we
And then
don't
we're so
from
spread
no
out
one.
in the burbs, you know? We're just so spread out. That's why I'm just
And
like,
then,
I mean, are we really putting white men on a pedestal on YouTube? I mean, I've been around them half of my life already.
oh no, they ain't no better because they want you to shuck and jive. As soon as I
Oh,
got there, they was waiting for me to shuck and jive. Not in the they were they want to use Philly terms. They'd be like, "Oh, you're the bid," or
yeah,
"Say, what does John mean?" And I just be
yeah.
like, and this is since 7th grade, and I'm just like, "Oh my god!"
Like they wanted
Like it's a scary place.
to be cool with you.
They did. And then the black guys, like, and I didn't realize it until, everything comes full circle. Everything has to do with everything. So, like, I'm not putting this fully together until probably a couple years ago because I knew that the black boys, and this is me coming from a school with mostly black people. So, like, even though I knew the black boys didn't like me, like, in, like, grade school, and I'm like caramel complected, but I was taller and,
Right.
like, I was, thicker. Like, I hit puberty 3rd grade. So I've had breasts larger since the 3rd grade. And so I was ostracized.
We had a very similar upbringing.
Exactly. I was ostracized. And I'm 5'7", but I like grew very like I stopped growing in high school, but I was growing a lot. So like puberty's hitting you with the hormones. I'm gaining weight and like weird. I'm like I had a butt and boobs, but I was just so oddly proportioned. I have acne. Like I'm just dealing with everything. And then I got to deal with like my peers, ostracizing me because I don't look like the little petite girl that I'm friends with. And so it was like, it was hard, but like I was going through a lot at home. So that didn't like boys weren't really on my mind as much because I was very realistic of like who I was, even though I was very insecure. I just was like, okay, these guys don't like me. Now, I'm not saying I wasn't getting attention elsewhere, but in my school I didn't get any attention because I was a thick black girl. And I wasn't like because the ones that they do like, the white guys do like, they'll like the ones that kind of just look like a black version of a white girl or act like a black version
And
of a white girl.
I be telling the girls this, and I'm like, this has been my experience my whole life since like 7th grade. That's why I'm just like, but okay, I mean,
it was a whole different world.
But there have been black girls in the suburban area that I did go to school with. They were successful. They were, but they were also a certain type of black girl.
Yes, a certain type.
I hate to say it,
thinner, they were a little ditzy.
What's that girl's lip gloss? Like her whole aesthetic. That is exactly the women that they would go after. And that was it. They may go after the girl nowadays where the hair is more natural, but back then, if they would go after someone like lip gloss, but her hair would just be pressed. Or she had braids. She did have braids.
That's why I think it's funny when like black guys try to, say it's like, oh, it's a preference or like that. It's like even with white guys, they still go for like their preference. Like they're like, I'm not saying I haven't seen white men who like bigger women, but it's not the standard for them to like bigger women. So even when with the black women, and she's gonna be of stature, she's not just gonna be like any joint. Like she's gonna look put together, but she's gonna look like how he envisions if he was with a white woman, she would be of the same caliber.
Right.
That's usually how that goes. Except with black men.
You have to play like tennis or volleyball or something. Like that's it. Unless she could play basketball, but she just got to be on the slimmer side. She got to be like
the slimmer
guard,
side.
Maybe a forward, but a slim forward. Yeah. So I don't know.
Too much aggression in your voice. Like you have to be very like you can't cross that line. Yeah,
you have to be like Valley Girl. So I don't know.
On all the time.
Right. So thank you for bringing that up. Thank you, because people think I'm just crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I was like when I came across your channel, I was just like, oh my god, she is me.
She is me
because I've been called crazy. I've been like everything that you talk about. I've just
I've seen it on both sides. Like honestly, the black community and the white community are really not that different. They're really not. It's just white people get away with stuff, you know.
They
get away
do,
with it.
because it's about playing a game, and it's like we don't want to. We asked to be a part of this game. We begged. I don't know why, but we begged to be a part of this game that they said they didn't want us to be a part of, and then they were like, "Okay, y'all can play," but we don't want to play by the rules, and now we're upset that we're constantly penalized. We're benched. We don't have many team players. We don't have a leader, a coach, or nothing, and it's just like, okay, but what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing?
And
nobody
see, I
can
can even tell by the way that you're talking that you've seen both sides.
Oh, I have. And it drives me crazy. Like I've witnessed like black boys that like I don't know if like how it is in Houston, but like in Philly we have a huge Muslim population. And so, you know, like everybody know everybody. And I had friends that when I started freshman year, some of my friends, they had noticed it was like some black boys that from their masjid from Philly, from North Philly, which is supposed to be this hard part of Philly. And when I say, again, this is beginning of freshman year, not even by orientation. Orientation was like 3 weeks into the school year. Not even by orientation, they were already assimilated with the white people. Like all that hood and I'm a gangster and yada yada and I'm from the streets and gone. Basement boys gone, like gone. And we were just sitting there like, oh my God. Like it was just like we watched it in real time happen. And it was just so like that was just the reality of like what happens when you're there. Like black girls, like we're either you got like the black and then the ones that did date black boys, I'm sorry, they were toxic as hell.
Yeah.
They were like the domestic violence that happened in my high school with my friends. I was acquaintance with white people because I had classes with them, you know, study buddies. But my black friends, the ones I like damn near call family, they were going through it with their black men, the black boys. Like DV. Like it was crazy to like, I was just like, what is going on? Like, and I'm just even trying to talk to them. Like, and this is, I'm not engaged with any man, like at this time, any boys or anything like that. I have some friends, but I'm just, again, I got too much going on at home and just with myself. And I was just going through it to like even care. But I was the friend that, you know, you go to for advice, that gives advice, that knows the boyfriends, and the boyfriends come to for advice. Everybody wants to come to me for advice. And I'm just like, girl, leave him. Girl, leave him. Girl, well, you can come to me talking about how he's doing this to you, but then you got him in my face. How do you want me to feel? Like I was so like, they put me through it and I haven't been in a relationship yet. So when I like finally decided to like, okay, there's this guy that like I was kind of talking to on the phone, well, like texting. And I was like, okay, he's cool. Let me try something with him. Like I've never done this before. It doesn't look appealing, but let me see what the hoopla is about. And I literally called it my 3-month trial relationship because it didn't last longer than a Pandora 3-month trial. It did not. I was like, oh, this is not it.
What happened?
This is not it. He was so like, I'm 18 and he's like, I think he's like 20, 21. And he was so like, he just wanted to argue all the time. He like my birthday. Okay, so he decided that he was going to officiate our relationship before I was even aware of this. But he did this by saying that he heard about me. Now, I just told you, I was not in these streets. I was still a virgin. Like, ain't nothing. So I don't know how, like, I don't even know nobody. Nobody know me. So who are you hearing from? Like, because he was like one of those, like, he was popular in the city and in Twitter. He dates the pretty light-skinned girls. And yes, I should have known. But I didn't know he dated light-skinned girls until afterwards. I didn't know until afterwards. And that's like, it was 2 days later, I broke up with him because altogether I was just like, you're not it. But yeah, he wanted to argue all the time. He told me that like he heard about me messing with somebody, cheating on him. And I was like, first of all, I didn't even know we were together. But like, what are you talking about? You heard, like, who is this person? Because I'm just trying, like, if somebody talking about me, I would like to meet
like
this
a
person.
player type too.
Oh, he wasn't even cute. Like I said, I was just trying to try it out. I was just like, let me just try this thing that all my friends are doing. And it just was not fun. And I remember he called and argued, tried to break up with me on my birthday. Like he always wanted to argue. Whenever I like went to see him, and again I had to like go see him, he just like, we would just like be in his room and just be like there. He was so boring. And I remember like one night, this is probably like a month and a half in, like, no, I'll give it 2 months. 2 months in, I was like talking to my brother, and I was just like, yeah, man, like, I don't know. He said he loved me. I don't know what he talking. He was going to argue. Yeah, I'm just telling him that. I'm just like, why am I with him? I said, you know what? Yeah, no. I said, hold up, bro. I'll call you back. And then I called him. And then I said, yes, it's not working for me. Like, I just can't do this. And he was just like, of course, that's when he blew his top and The Real Monster came out. And I was just every name in the book. I was a whore, and I slept
Girl,
with
you
half of
hurt his
Philly.
ego.
And he, as a virgin too, right? All this, I've had so many men like lie on my vagina by the age of 18. Like, I could have ran a brothel. Like, it was just like, for what? And I was just like, okay, well,
You
yeah,
grew
I'm
up
definitely
thicker
breaking up
too?
with you now.
Did you grow up thicker?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Grown men were harassing me since like the age of 12.
Right.
But they don't harass me now because I look like grown women, and they know they can't touch me. They know they can't get anywhere with me, so they don't talk to me no more. But when I was a kid with a baby face and a body,
right?
Yes, everywhere at Walmart, at the gas station. Like, my mom had to like, and I was always in boys' clothes because when I wasn't with my mom, who like looks like, she looks young, so she doesn't look like, oh, that's her mom. They were like, oh, I'm just gonna talk to two sisters.
Oh.
So like, growing up was like I said, it was hell. It was hell growing up as a thick Black girl.
You know what's crazy? I was just talking to a lady earlier today. She booked a session with me simply to ask advice because she grew up she grew up slim, so she just don't know nothing about what it's like to grow up a thicker girl. And I'm thinking about doing a live for women to come on and talk about what it's like growing up a thick Black girl, because I don't feel like it's talked about enough. And it was crazy she booked a session just to ask me for advice, and I'm just like, ooh, girl, your daughter getting hips, and she only she's so young, and I'm like, oh my God. And she's insecure with her body already about it because
we push it on them. Push it on them. Yeah. I've watched it. I've grown up, like, even my mom, who like, she was thick herself, but because she grew up, my mom is biracial, so she grew up, and her Spanish mother always made her cover up, because now she's a hoe. If she's out here, she got to stay on the step. She can't go past the step because grown men wouldn't, And so now that came onto me, and then because the man that helped raise me, which wasn't my biological father, because that guy sucks, he wasn't any better, but he grew up in a toxic home, and his views on how women should be perceived was very toxic. So I was constantly like berated and controlled, and just like,
girl,
the way they raised me, you would have thought I would have grew up to be on the corner somewhere, or like had six babies with 7 baby daddies or something. The way they I couldn't live. I couldn't do anything.
And that
now,
is
mind you, I have a little sister.
Everything that you're saying, exactly what I told her. Like,
and that's why I don't understand why these BBL girls are doing this. It's like, it's not it. It's not like, me and my friend talk about this all the time, because she's all 5, and I'm just like, it's not it, because y'all don't understand. It's like, the tension is nice when you want it. When the tension is nice when you think you can control it.
You can't.
But the thing is, you cannot. You cannot turn it off. You can't just go out, have a normal day. You can't just walk down the street. Before, like, this year, I was taking a bus. So I just got my car. I was taking a bus, and just being like, having to stand on a corner, having to go anywhere, and especially in the summer, like, where I'm wearing, less clothes or thinner clothes, it's just like, I can't look up without somebody in my face, or somebody whistling, somebody honking, the bums coming up and talking to me. I gotta shoo them away, like, and it's just like that. Then you get the women, and they, they're staring at you because they think you're doing something. It's like, this jiggle is, I'm not trying, baby. This is I'm trying to walk as modestly as possible. I don't want this attention. I don't, especially where, like, a lot of, because what you go over is like, white men, they don't, or most men, they like thinner women. So the attention that I'm getting is going to be predominantly from Black men, and because I'm lighter than them, I should say, I'm lighter than them, they, I'm automatically made a preference. And
now I have to, now it's just, it's my fault. Now it's my fault. I want this. Well, so you're mad that the men want you. You mad because of this? Yes, I'm mad because I can't go out in peace. I'm mad because I can't, and it's just because somebody's attracted to you doesn't obviously mean they're going to treat you better. So you're not coming up talking to me on a bended knee, with the red carpet out, saying, my queen, my darling, I saw you from afar and I would just like to know you. You're not doing that. No, I get the damn.
Right.
Damn.
Well, where your man at?
Right. I don't see him. I could put you in a car. You're the bus stop with me, sir. Whose car are you putting me in? The police car? Whose car are you putting me in? I just, that's who I get. And that's what they don't understand until, they get a year in. Is that, unless you're at the club, you're getting dusty attention. Dusty, unwarranted attention. And it's I don't want it. All y'all claiming these dusties out here, you preferences, who, these young men, these your kids, come get them. I don't want them talking to me. Because you know what that means? It degrades how I look. Now people are thinking that I talk to dummies.
I ain't gonna lie. I may get in the sack with you, but I'm never claiming you publicly. I've never claimed you publicly. I mean, you may see me out with somebody, but don't get no ideas we serious.
And they'll love to claim you though. They'll love to claim you.
Oh,
they don't want to commit, but they will claim. Especially that first. That's why I said the girl, she stole my story, because I was, until a couple months before I was 19, I was okay, I'm gonna just lose it. I was just I just want to get this over with. And I had lost to somebody that I knew he was trying to get with me. And, obviously I wasn't giving no play. So then eventually I was just bored and I was just okay, I just want to see what this is like. I just want to get this over with. So I call him and, then I'm oh, this is nice. Now it wasn't like most of my friends was oh, it was a terrible time. I'm not gonna lie. It was great for me. And I was just this is nice. I could do this again. And I was under the impression that okay, this is usually where the fuck buddy contract get signed. Okay, do you want to have sex with me? I want to have sex with you continuously. Okay, we can do that, and you just call me or I'll call you. Okay, cool. But that's not what happened. So he got attached because I wasn't getting attached. I was just very much oh, okay, oh, I could get this from any guy. That's how I was just thinking. I could get this. You're great. But now I'm just okay, I could get this from any guy. And then I'm a practice on you. So it was just, I'm going to use you for what you were going to use me for. What's the problem?
Right. Oh, girl, they don't like that. They don't like that.
He didn't like it when he became one of the hoes.
Mm-hmm.
And not even the main one. Then it was just then he got demoted because it's always better. That's what they think. That's the funny thing is yes, this is your game, but if you're not playing it with intelligence, it doesn't matter. I can still beat you at your own game. And what I'm not going to do is get attached to somebody who doesn't have anything to attach to.
Right.
You're not somebody that's committed. You don't, you're it was just sex. And then very much. And the more confident I became and the more, I was in my bag. I was in my bag and I was doing whatever I was, because I'm very honest. I've always been. So if I'm feeling you, I'm be hey, I'm feeling you. And if I'm not feeling you, I'm gonna let you know. And if you do something I don't like, I will let you know.
They don't like
They do not.
They don't like that.
Because where I messed up was
I had to get rid of my last one, because I'm just you're not doing it for me anymore. I'm sorry. You're just not. Your stroke done got lazy. I was here for you. And then you got lazy.
That's the thing, they get lazy, or you just oh, you didn't forget. You see, you know what? Somebody else will remember for you. I don't need this.
I know women can at least get a good stroke game and some money. But if you ain't even doing that, what is the purpose? Yeah, you ultimately would want commitment, right? That's what you wanted, the man, and you wanted commitment. He wasn't trying to give you that. So now you okay, well, I mean, sex is decent, so I'm gonna settle for the stroke game in your money. And when your stroke got lazy, you just replaced yourself. I'm gonna have to replace you with somebody else. And then when you start talking like this, then men are you used me for sex? Yeah.
Oh my God, that's how he was. He was so upset. He was and I got to the point, because I'm very very vocal on what I'm feeling. So, and this is where I admittedly messed up because obviously now I've been dealing with this person for like 2 years at this point, just like he was just an F buddy. I'm single, like I'm just doing me. And he just like, he started he started just showing out a little bit. He started trying to come on his own time, and he wanted to reply when he wanted to reply, and then get an attitude because I'm just like, oh, it's cool. Like I didn't find somebody else because you just were here for a service, sir. So if you don't answer the phone, I'm gonna call somebody else. What'd you say?
What was his sign?
Oh, I don't know, but I know he was born in January. I just don't know what that sign is.
Ooh, a Capricorn or an Aquarius? He sounds like a Capricorn.
I think so. I don't know. I'm a Scorpio. I don't pay much. I just know I'm a Scorpio.
Oh my God. You know what? I don't need to know nothing else. I don't need to know nothing else. It sounds like he was a Capricorn though, because the Aquariuses tend to be more detached. But it sounds like, but he was in January. You said January?
Yeah, his birthday was in January. I don't know. He tried to act like he was attached, but mind you, he like while he's an F buddy, he's coming to me because now he's comfortable because I've identified myself as somebody I don't like. If you want to talk and be comfortable, sure, we can do that. We can chill afterwards. Yeah, and you can go when I want you to because now this is my crib. Because at this point, I got my crib. Before he was coming to pick me up and take me to his crib in Jersey, and my friends were just like, he really does that, and I was just like, girl, what do you mean he really does that? Like, he wants to see me, he better come get me. Like,
right.
But when I got my own crib, now you're really on my time. And so I was just like, the last time that I saw him, I was like, he had came like super late and like I couldn't find somebody else and I fell asleep. So he called waking up. I go to the door and I'm just like I'm just so irked. Like I'm irked. It's all on my faces and my voice. And then he come up. So now we're in my room and I'm just standing there and I'm just so irked, child. I'm just like, it was just, I felt so disrespected because I was just like, you just coming to my home anytime you want, like you like just like because I am very prideful and if I don't put up with nigga shit, I will drop on a dime. If
Ladies
I say,
and gentlemen, we have
I say I don't want you to go left and you went left, it's just like, okay, well, I'm gonna go right there. Like you stay over there. Like that's how I am. Like
I need girls to have more pride these days because I'm just like, girl, you really can't have these men eating out the palm of your hands
because they won't go anywhere. Oh, they won't go near it. They will make you think they're out here lying, making you think that if you tell them what it is and you tell them your expectations and say this is that, and like if you don't like it, oh well. They're out here, oh, like he's not gonna put back. He's gonna go get a white girl. Okay, if that was the case, then why did every man that I got rid of still try to come back?
Girl, they always try
years
to come
later.
Back. I don't know why girls be crying.
Years later, every 6 months. Every 6 months, the 3-month trial boyfriend hits me up. Every 6 months since I was 19, he hits me up. I was just checking on you. I was just, I'm just, how you been? Da-da-da. I really miss what we had together. I'm like, sir, like, what did I give you that you're so attached to? Because I swear I didn't give you nothing. Like, you didn't even like, I didn't know anything about relationships. You made it hard you could talk to you. So what were you so attached to?
If you want men to chase you, you need to take on her approach of not caring and being nonchalant. These men chase
Ladies do not care. Do not
care. Listen, it don't matter if you block them. They like that too. And then they'll try to find a way. They get excited when they have to find a way to get around that block. So it's just like
because they think they're smart. So they're like, oh, now she's got me started. I'm gonna show her. And it's like, okay, sir, you're moving where I want you to, but okay.
At the beginning of this live, we talked about how they like toxicity. It's just, it is what it is.
They do.
They love it.
They want to argue. They think that's normal because that's the problem I had. I was just like, why do you want to argue all the time? Like, I'm not, again, I've never dealt with any man, but I'm just like, this don't feel right. Like, I don't like arguing with other people, girls, but why do you want to argue all the time? Like, and you trying to start stuff? It was just such a turn off. And it's just like, that's their excitement. They think that's love. Like,
yeah,
they think like that this is how I show I care by just like starting shit with you. And it's like, boy, I'm not even gonna tell you. I'm just gonna walk away. Like you'll be arguing with yourself. I will be down the street already.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But let me just say this to these ladies. I know I said, like don't care. Let them know your expectations and don't put up with no BS. But also be very careful on what you say.
Yeah.
Because
maybe too open.
Yes, because like I said, I'm very vocal. So that night, but I was very upset, and I was just like, I was just so irked. I was just like, man, I'm about to cut you. Like you're you're done. Like I don't even want to like deal with you no more. You're replaced. Like, and he was just looking like, where you go? What do you mean cut me? And I was just like, cause the D not even good no more because you irk me. And and it's not funny, but like I can laugh on it now because I got out of that unscathed. But um we did still have sex because like that's what he came here to do, and I wanted some, but I was very irked. So yes, I should have never said anything to him because this was the only person I was dealing with. And at the time he was only dealing with me. So we were having unprotected sex. Don't do that. And for the first time in 2 years, he had an accident. The night that I told him I was going to cut him off, he all of a sudden forgot to pull out.
Oh, you know what? Oh,
I was so serious. And I was so like, and I found out because he told me in a text. What was it like? I think 26 hours later. 26 hours later, he told me in text, I think I did. I think I came here. I think I nutted and you did it. Was supposed to bring me to
there was a delay?
I didn't know, child. I didn't know. Never had like, when I say like, that's why don't trust them. Don't do it because it's like he was, oh my gosh, like I thought my life was ruined. It was like the way I was so overwhelmed with emotion and betrayal. Like I thought this person was my friend.
Trap women.
They do it. Oh, because that's what my brother told me. That's what my brother told me. He was like, bro, he tried to trap you. And I'm like, what?
Yep, sure
I said, no.
Not
you
like this conversation with your brother. Is this your older brother or your younger brother?
Oh, this is I call him my brother because we grew up together, and that's the only like male guy I was trusting at the time.
Oh, I was
like,
dang, I'll be having these conversations with my
younger brother.
No.
he be, like he put me on game, I put him on game.
I put him on game. Yeah, but, that's our relationship too. That's hilarious. Yeah,
but yeah, he told me, and I'm just like, what? No, and it's just like sinking in because I'm just like this all together, and he was supposed to bring me to Plan B, and he didn't. Now I took care of the situation myself. So obviously, I was just like, okay, you're dead to me. Like you're dead. Like I wanted to fight. I felt so betrayed because I consider him a friend. Like we were cool 2 years, and you tried to trap me. So like I could be around while you go and run back and forth to your preferences that you talk about play. He used to tell me how he get played all the time about how the little light-skinned mixed girls would play him all the time, let him take him out on dates, and then never hit him up again, and then just use him for dinner and blah blah blah. And I would just be like, "You're pathetic," but like,
you got the first.
But it was just like you really tried to trap me.
That's what preferences be out here doing.
They like they told me they do. I've seen them do it. Who expected me to do it?
These men will never admit it, but these men will never admit it, but these men be out here getting played by these preferences.
Oh, they do. They do. And they try to make it seem like they have all these options. And it's like you just have multiple options to get played, but you're not, like they're not choosing you. They're choosing your
they're not choosing you. Not like that.
But they do know that. He like I said, he was telling me this like a year in. So a year in, and this is obviously after he got comfortable because I already had established myself as somebody that's not interested in him that way. So he was just like, oh, okay, I can be comfortable with her or whatever. And then he was telling me,
comes out when you do that.
Sure it is. And he was just spilling, and that's like around that time, like I started like gaining quote unquote a roster. So we like when we would hang out, I just started to get more and more like less attracted to him to even like have sex with him because I was just like, you just letting these girls out here just play you and take your money. It was just so. It was just so ill to me, and I was just like, yeah, that's why. By that night, I was just so irritated because I was just like, why am I dealing with this Dusty? Like, and then that's what he did to even confirm that. But man, still, I'm 24. So it's still 4 years later because I've been in a relationship now for 4 years. I met my boyfriend shortly after I got rid of him. and he still harasses me. Just not understanding. Like, he's still like, hey, what you doing? I miss you. He found me on Facebook. It's not like I'm being nice. It's not like I'm being nice. And like, hey, how's it going? I'm over here like, why are you talking to me? Get over me. Get over, like, go move on. This is pathetic, sir. And he's just like, well, come on, yo, you don't gotta be mean. And I'm just like, like, you're not even showing that you changed to even, get in my messages. Like, you can't even put that much work in. Like, that's how I was just insulted by the conversation. Like, you're not even gonna fake it a little bit. Like, hey, I changed. Here's an apology. Like, you just trying to hit me up like I'm one of your preferences. Like, oh boy.
Yeah,
you thought I was still waiting around 4 years later? 4 years? You think I will want you? Like, I left you. Like, it's
crazy.
confusing. But it's the ego. It's very fragile, but like, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. It's a balancing game for them where they're just like, their ego is so fragile, but it's so strong at the same time. It don't make sense to me. It's like, pick a struggle, sir.
Did you block him though?
Yes, I blocked him. That's how I blocked them on social. I blocked them on my Instagram, and I hadn't been using my Twitter in years, but like, I still have that email. So like, I got a thing from my email saying that he like hit me up on my Twitter, and I was just like, oh, that's pathetic. And then he hit me up on somebody else's number, uses friend social media. And most recently he had found me on Facebook because I didn't have him on Facebook and I already blocked him on other stuff and his friends. And then he found me on Facebook and was just like, I miss you and let me take you out to dinner. And I was just like, boy, this is sad. Like, this is, and the other one too, he still hits up. And this is like, it's sad because it's like, y'all, this is what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted the, all these options and all these datings, and you keep coming back to me. Like, sir.
Yeah, I don't know. Men are weird. They are. But I'm going to move on to the next caller here. Amanda, you are up next. Thank you so much for stopping in and sharing your story with us.
Thanks for talking. Bye.
You're welcome. Miss Amanda, how are you doing, sis?
Hey, girl, I was in there listening to her story like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yes, it was. I'm like, ooh, girl, that's a lot. That's a lot. But what would you like to add to this conversation? I ain't talking to you in a month of Sundays.
I know. I've been so busy. But to go, I guess, with the topic and getting in these toxic situationships, relationships with these men, and then they want to come back. Oh, you were my soulmate. You the one that got away. Sir. No. And this is the story I want to tell. This is my first and like struggle love situation.
Okay.
All right. So this is my younger 20s, of course. This is when Facebook was like popping. You can easily find, a guy on Facebook or whatever. So
what year was that?
This was like 2011, 2012.
Yeah, I was about to say 2010 to 2011, 12, somewhere in there.
So I'm in college or whatever, and my friend told me about this other guy because she went to another college like 30 minutes away. So I'm like, okay, let me see about this guy. I was like, okay, we connected, everything. He was from up north. I'm from down south. So, I'm intrigued and I'm like, okay, he sounds different. He has a like up north accent. Girl, toxic. So I, we, talked on the phone every day and already building that emotional connection every night. And this is how lost I was back then. I was the one calling him every night. I would call him every night and we'll be on the phone for like 3 to 5 hours. And I didn't really see the telltale sign. I definitely liked him more than he liked me. And I was just like, okay, let me just stop it. I'm just getting my emotions. Like, I really, really like him. And I remember one day I did not call him. And I was like, okay, let me see if he's going to call. And I waited and waited and waited. And then like midnight, he calls. And I'm like, why didn't you call me earlier? He was like, oh, because I know we're usually on the phone. He said, you usually call me. So that's why I called you. And I'm like, oh, I'm thinking like, oh my God, he really noticed. Girl, dumb. I had a vehicle. He didn't have a car. And that's another thing, because he was in college. So all these men, oh, these Pookie and Ray Rays. No. I didn't know that. He was in college. He wasn't just some guy on the street.
Right.
So I
Did
already
he
had a
finish
car.
though?
Girl, you know no.
Okay, so he a Pookie now, y'all.
He a Pookie now, but back then he was like
not a Pookie.
he was getting his life together.
Trying
He didn't have a job. He was just going to school, and he had his roommates. Before, when we were talking, it was the summertime. So he was like heavy, like he wanted a girlfriend. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to be his girlfriend. Like, oh my God, girl. He moved in with his friend's girlfriend who? Situationship. So we're going for months in this situationship. And like I said, I had a car. I'm driving him around. No gas money. No gas money.
Not even $5 back then. $5 got you something.
No gas money.
Oh Lord,
girl, I'm picking him up, picking his friends up, dropping him. I was Uber, okay, for this man. We going to the store, getting groceries. The only thing he provided was alcohol, because I wasn't 21 yet. So that's the only thing he would provide was alcohol. So I'm spending a night over there, girl. I'm thinking like, this is my boyfriend. I'm leaving my clothes and stuff there. I'm leaving like my toothbrush. And I just got a rude awakening. I remember it was a time he was cooking hamburger helper, because we in school. He was cooking hamburger helper. And I was sitting there in his living room. And he shares a apartment with 3 other guys. Or 2 other guys.
Ooh, girl, how was the apartment though? Was it clean?
They didn't have anything in it. And yeah, so all of them had issues. And I didn't notice that until I actually was like over there all the time. He was more so, girl, he was an alcoholic. I'm not even gonna lie. So
There's
my
a lot
struggle,
of alcoholics in college, though. There's a lot of alcoholics in college. That ain't talked about enough.
Yes, he was a kind of functional alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
His friend was like this major weed head. If he didn't have weed, he would just act crazy. He'd get in an attitude. And then his other friend liked to go to the club a lot. He was always out. He was never home. He was always at some club, some day party. And that's why I was like, this is their little toxic situation that they have in this household. When I was at the club, one was a weed head, like a dick,
they all had escapism issues.
Yes.
Damn.
And then he was the alcoholic, the one I was dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember he was cooking, and his phone. This is when they had the LG Touch. You remember the LG Touch phone?
Yes.
Not the Holy Trinity.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Oh my God. So me and him had the same phone, and I remember the phone had went off, and I thought it was mine. So I had saw the text message, and it was a text message like, "Hey, what you doing?" And it would say "Freaky Jessica."
Oh, no, he didn't have her labeled in the phone like that.
Idiot. No. So I called the phone, and then I hung up because I knew she was gonna call back.
Ooh.
So the phone started ringing. I was like, "Oh, your phone's ringing." So then he slid like the phone down where you can't really see. Sneaked on the phone like, "Hey, I ain't call you. And then I said, "Oh, who is that? Is that Freaky Jessica?" Girl, you like his soul just left his body. I said, "Who's Freaky Jessica? Why don't you get Freaky Jessica to come over here, girl? I'm doing his laundry."
Oh my gosh!
Shut up! Oh my God! I didn't know. I'm doing this stuff for this man. I didn't know. I wasn't supposed to be doing this. I said, "Why don't you call Freaky Jessica?"
Girl, you triggering me because I've been here. I've done this. I've dealt with this.
This is a warning for all the young girls, not even younger, any women out here. Do not do this. Do not be me. Do not be me in that time.
Don't do it, girl. You gonna be, and then you're gonna be so mad when you find out. You're gonna be mad as hell.
I was so mad with him, and we got in a fight, a physical fight. This is my first time ever getting in a physical fight with a man. And I remember he was smoking a black. Girl, I burnt him with a black, in his hand. I took it and just went. So it was so toxic. And you know what? We had that fight. And girl, I spent the night. I was so scared.
You know what? I'm not gonna judge you because I've done it. I've done it. I've done it. I can't even judge you on that one because I've done it. I've been stupid like that. You know, it's okay to say you've been stupid. See, the reason why we can sit up here and we can say we've been dumb and we've been stupid with all the women that have came up here and they have given their stories, they have spoken their truth. The reason why we can come on here and say that we have been stupid is because we have grown from it. See, a lot of women, they can't come on here and admit they wrongs, things that they was up and tolerating and dealing with, you know, years ago or even last year. And the reason why is because they ain't changed. They ain't grown from the situation. They didn't learn from the situation. The reason why we can come on this platform and openly share these experiences is because we have grown. We have learned. We have self-reflected. And some of us was like, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and admit myself into therapy because I need it.
Yes.
It is what it is. Like that's the only way you're going to grow in life. You got to go through this mess, okay? This dust in order for you to get to the good part, the good side. You know, it is what it is. Now, you couldn't pay me $1 million to fold men in their laundry. You couldn't pay me $1 million. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Get him to do it. You know what? I don't even know how to do laundry. I don't know how to fold laundry.
Yeah, at this point, you're going to have to call Molly Maid Services. Sir, I'm not doing it. No, those days are over. Those days are over. You can get a maid and you can do that.
Yeah.
Sir, I am not your wife.
Nope.
They think they're gonna ask you to cook for them.
And what is up with men today trying to get you to cook? I'm like, sir, I don't know how to cook. How about that? I don't know how to cook.
And that's another thing that men in the whatever they are.
Community?
Yes, the manosphere, all that. They want to sit up and say, oh, women don't cook anymore. They're not traditional. They're not like my grandmother anymore. Do y'all even know how to change a tire? Do you own a toolbox?
They don't even know how to grill, half of them. And then they get on the grill, but they only get on the grill for eco reasons. They're not on the grill because they know what they're doing. They're not on the grill because they really know how to burn. They just on the grill because it makes them look like they know what they're doing. It makes them feel like they a man, but they don't know how to grill. That's why I'm like, if you don't know how to grill, don't ask me if I know how to cook. And it's really that simple.
Exactly. If you don't know how to do the basics for a man, like I said, where is your toolbox, Mr. Why do women don't cook it? Where's your toolbox? Do you even know how to change a tire? I asked the guy that. He got offended. He said, you don't have roadside assistance? I said, oh, that's all I needed to know.
Girl,
that's all I needed to know.
Amanda, shut up. He did not ask you if you had roadside.
He asked me, did I have roadside assistance? I said, so you want me to be your girl? What if I have like a flat tire? What you doing? He was like, you don't have roadside assistance? I said, you know what, sir? That's all right. I'm calling my dad. I'm calling my dad. I'm calling my uncles. I'm calling my cousins. I'm not calling you. He got so offended. You can call me though. You can call me. No, but what you're gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do? Wait for the roadside assistance? I said, so you're gonna wait for another man to come and help me. So that's how you have to spin it back on them.
Right.
But you know what? Going back to my toxic situationship.
This is crazy.
The only thing he did for me, really, as I think about it, he taught me how to have a good tolerance with drinking. That's it. That's all he did. Because he was an alcoholic. If he didn't have drinks, like he didn't have any alcohol, he would act like, I don't know, like it's just something like he was having, like he needed a fix. So we would like drink and stuff like that, and he was definitely giving me all the drinks. Back then, that was when it was the Amsterdam peach and all that. The Cirocs were coming out, like all the new flavors. So he would just get all this alcohol, And when it's time to like having sex, like girl, sometimes I didn't even kind of remember. That's bad. And I remember this one time particular, like he told me that he had put a condom on, and I just didn't. I'm like, where did he get that condom from? Like, I was just thinking in my mind. I woke up that day. I looked in his trash. I'm like, okay, where is this condom at? Look under the bed. Girl, there was never a condom.
Oh,
Never. So you're trying to get me trapped up.
Oh no, honey. Mm-mm.
And I knew then it's time to go. Freaky Jessica, the mysterious condom.
Mm-mm.
You acting funny with your friends. Now you don't want a relationship anymore. And I was just praying to God, like, I need to stop this attachment with this man. And I got like super upset. And I remember again, toxic. I'm getting in physical altercations. I don't do this. I wasn't like, I didn't see this. My dad never did it like this to my dad, to my mom. So I remember I got up. I said, I'm leaving. And he was like, oh, he was going out with his friend. I was like, good. I packed my stuff with some of the stuff that I could grab, and I just left. He was like, oh, well, you left this in the bathroom, and you left this. Throw it out. I don't care. I'm out. So as soon as I left that situation and I finally got healing, and I'm gonna be honest, it took me 2 years to get healing from that situationship with that man. As soon as this happened, I get a text message from him. Hey, what's up? Just 2 years later. And I'm like, what do you want? He's like, I just want to see what you were doing. You know, I miss you. I miss us talking every night. And, you know, I haven't met someone like you again. I know you're not. I know you're not going to meet somebody like me again. But like I said, I was over the situation. I remember we had a phone call, like, I guess to get the closure. And I straight up told him, like, this is the issue that we had. You know, it was 2 years ago. I'm not, having these type of feelings like I hate you anymore. But, we could be cool or whatever. He was like, okay. He apologized, just being, this nice guy now. Then found out that's when he dropped out of college. He ain't have nothing. I said, where you staying at? He won't with the roommates no more. Oh, I'm staying with a friend. Okay, what kind of friend? Girl, he was staying with a whole woman.
Oh my God, I knew it. Listen, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I knew he ain't changed his tricks yet.
He was like, oh,
not in 2 years, ladies. She said 2 years. He's still doing the same damn thing. You know what? That's why, and y'all be running back after a few months. Girl, that man ain't changed. Man, not changed.
So I said,
2
okay,
years, and he's still doing the same thing.
He was like, oh, well, I'm staying with my friend. She just helping me. I'm just staying. We're not together. We're not having sex. I said, okay, well, what kind of situation is it? She got a 2-bedroom? Like, are you staying in another room? Oh, no, she got a 1-bedroom. I said, so you sleep on the couch? No, I sleep in the bed. Oh, so you sleep in the bed with her and you're not having sex. Sir, get off my phone.
The biggest lie. That any man that ever tried to tell you that they sleep in the same bed with a woman they not having sex with is a lie.
Like, oh no, she not like that. She just want to help me. She just want to help me because she see I'm struggling right now. I was like, oh, okay. So then he kept calling me weeks, just calling me. We just doing regular talking. Like, I don't like him anymore. At that point, I knew struggle love is not for me. I'm not trying to be into that. I was like, because he had dreads. I wanted the opposite of him. I wanted a clean cut guy. Yeah. None of this. So when he finally realized I didn't like him anymore, and he said it on the phone, he was like, you don't like me anymore. And I was like, huh? He was like, you don't like me anymore. He was like, you're not acting like you were acting before. I said, it's been 2 years.
Right.
What do you think I was just going to be stuck on you? No, I don't like you.
For something else.
I said, no, I don't like you. And I said, you're living with a woman, and what you think I'm about to go see you? Like, are you about to come to my house? No. This is not how it's about to go down. So you trying to move in with me. Then that's when I connected the dots. You're trying to move in with me, and that's not going to happen. So you might as well let it be.
Girl,
So
this is a mess.
I cut that relationship with that man. I didn't even have phone conversations. He was hitting me up on Instagram now, hitting me up on Facebook. And liking my pictures, like going down to 44 weeks ago, liking a random picture, hitting me up in my DM, like trying to have like conversation. And then I was just like, let me just unfollow him on Instagram. So I unfollowed him on Instagram. He still was doing that, but I don't really go on Facebook anymore. So I popped up on Facebook, and I'm still friends with him on there. So the girl that he was living with was really his baby mama. She was pregnant.
Shut up.
She was pregnant. He had his daughter. They were still together at the baby shower. You would think it was their wedding.
Shut up.
At the baby shower.
Girl, shut up.
Still in my
happy fall out.
Still on my line trying to get with me.
You know what?
You got a whole baby mama with a baby.
That's crazy. That
to this day, this man is still trying to talk to me this year. Up to this year.
What up?
In my DM. And then I went back like a couple months ago. I went back on Facebook. I saw he had posted. And now I think their daughter is probably like 4 or 5. And when I went on there, he did this big post. Oh, you're the love of my life. He finally proposed to her. And I'm thinking, she held you down. And you're on my line. And she actually held you down.
Oh my God.
All those years.
You want to know what? Any girls in the chat where you be seeing that man that was trying to get at you not that long ago, and he pop up on your Facebook newsfeed, and he got either a baby on the way or he engaged?
Yes.
You know what? I want to tell my story too.
This is still tea hour, okay?
I want to tell my story. I want to tell y'all.
That man proposed to her a couple months ago. This was years.
Girl, listen. There was a man that I was out here dealing with, and all I'm gonna say is, it was light. I wasn't taking the man serious. I was taking him very lightly. And this wasn't the last guy that I was dealing with. This is an old fling. He was an old fling. He was a guy that I had a fling with after I lost my virginity. And so I'm still like learning, about, what I like and everything like that. But he was somebody that I knew I could always have sex with whenever I wanted to. And so I want to say we had sex last November. Yeah, last November. Tell me why this man popped up. He done moved out of state, and he got a baby on the way, and he's engaged.
What's wrong with him?
I'm seeing all of this, and I'm just like, okay, when did she get pregnant? I'm over here trying to do the math, and I'm like, how far along is she? I'm like trying to go through all the numbers and da-da-da-da. And then, and I'm just really like, dang, like he really pregnant with her right now. Like they got a whole baby on the way. I'm just like, oh my God. And that's why, like, to the women that are out here, it's like, listen, sis, you're single, just be happy. Because I'm telling you, a lot of these girls, I really don't think they be knowing what these men be doing. I don't think they be knowing for real. Or if they do, they don't care. I don't know which it is. I don't know which. I can't. And then that's the thing. You can never tell. You can never tell.
Yeah, if I really probably need to write a book too, because
for real?
I've been offered all this other stuff and these polyamory, polygamy, they offering all this stuff. And I'm like, what is going on? Side chick. Oh my God. Woo! at one point I'm like, what is going on? And these people that you think they're in these happy relationships,
They not.
they not.
They
They
are
not.
not happy. That's
Yeah.
but I'm like, the reason why they not happy is because they too busy, got their focus elsewhere.
Instagram couples. They want to
Yes.
be a hashtag. They want to be posted on Black Love Instagram page, and these relationships are a hot. It's just a hot mess, and I'm just like looking like I'm so glad I'm not in that type of situation, and I know even with that, I dodged the bullet. You
Yeah.
know, I wasn't always saying, having protected sex and all that. I wasn't in that mind frame. I'm thinking that I'm really going to be with this man the rest of my life. I'm thinking I'm going to marry him at 20.
Why
Like,
and then that's another thing. Why do they teach Black girls? Why do they teach? They don't teach us how to date. And so when we do get into something serious with a guy, we really think that we're gonna marry that man. That's it.
yeah, I think I'm planning like, oh, I'm gonna have this wedding with him, and we're gonna like this is my soulmate. That's how I felt, and then I'm like, wait a minute, like this isn't right. This should not be this toxic. This should not be, this way. And I mean, I can't even see, like, I was raised in church. I definitely was raised in church. Now, have I did the good? I would say I was a church girl that may did some bad things.
Right.
I wasn't like the awkward church girl. Girl, I was. Mm, mm, And the fact that the thing is, I thought it was normal. I had to get out of that like kind of thinking, but I was never girl sneaking out of church, girl meeting guys, doing all that, having them come by the house with my mama not there. Like, girl, I was out there. But I would say like they think that you're just this good person. Like I had all this good, like I was a good girl. And that's why he came back around. Because he was like, oh, like Amanda, you had all these qualities and I didn't, see that then. But now I see that and they wanna like and now they wanna kinda like figure that out.
It's crazy. They always come back for the good girl though.
And I think it's more than just when you're young. I really remember a time where my uncle, he had a long-term girlfriend. And I remember like years later, I knew they broke up or something. I was like in high school. And I asked my uncle, where did she go? Like what happened to her? And I was just riding in the car with him. He drove to her house where she was married to somebody else, everything. He said she lives here now. And he was like, and I should have married her. And I was just thinking, like, what is going on? Like, my uncle acted like he was about to cry.
Really?
Yes. And he had to been like 50 years old then.
Gosh,
He
I
was
love
about
hearing these
to
stories.
cry. He pulled up to her house, and I was like, yeah, what happened to Sonny? He pulled up, and he said, she lives here now with her husband. And he said, I should have married her. And that's all she wanted, was to be married and have her own kids. But no, he didn't want to do that. To this day, girl, that was my uncle probably was 55. My uncle's 70, still doing the same thing. Talking to women my age. Okay? Talking to women my age, doing his thing, lonely. Really, internally, he's lonely. So a lot of these men, like I did the super chat, they lose their chance with the good girl like that had all these qualities so they can go chase what exactly? Because this whole women and hitting the wall, like these men aren't hitting the wall.
They are, girl.
You want to be a player to win because life expectancy, like y'all not even living that long. Y'all not living that long, but y'all want to keep on. They just want to keep playing with people. Like I don't get it. I don't get it.
Girl, this bug chasing, excuse me, deliberately for a sexual thrill. Don't tell you that they have an STD or STI for the sexual thrill.
Yes, and that's another thing for the girls that are listening and you're in college, make sure you do get checked because that's when a lot of this stuff has been happening from peers that I know. A lot of these things like that, you messing with this guy, you might think you're the only one. You think he's the one. Please get checked out.
Yeah.
That's something I always did. Get checked out on the regular.
I don't care what he telling you. You know what? I'm gonna tell you not to have sex because you know what? It's just you don't gotta stress about nothing. You don't have to stress about nothing when you're not having sex.
It's so like
I done got tested and I don't plan on having sex for a while. So I'm chilling.
Yeah, if you could do that, that's number one. Because now these men, they're very disgusting. Like if you have male like family members that you're close with, they're your same age. Like you'll ask them like when you get tested, like what's going on with you? Like you're messing with all these women, like what's going on? And they're legit like, oh well, I messed with this girl because my homie said, she was good, she was clean. How would they know her medical history? Like that, I mean, these are the men.
I don't know
that we're talking. He said, "Oh, I asked my homeboys, and they was like, she good. Like nobody heard that she got anything." Well, that's not how this works. But again, like I said, if you could just don't even go there with the guy. But this is like real conversation that guys actually have, and they believe just word of mouth that this person's okay or this. Like, no, get checked.
Please. I get checked every time I change a sex partner. Like I don't play about that.
Yes, and don't believe, and you might see the more like popular guy or this guy that got his head on straight, and most likely they have a girlfriend. Red flag, run. If they got all this like qualities about them, these quote unquote educated lanes, you need to check those too. Because they out here trying to live a double life too. They want you to believe like, oh, I'm just this great guy.
Yeah.
I got all this stuff for myself. I'm gonna be doing all these things. It's cap. You need to make sure you have your ducks in a row, even if you want to deal with them. Because I have some stories, even with the good, these educated lames that want you to believe that they were just lame and they never got anybody. And
right.
They want to do all this stuff. They the prize, and that's when oh, they want you to chase them. Oh no, sir. I had to tell a guy, no, I'm not chasing you. What am I chasing you for? Because you're gonna be an engineer. I'm not chasing you. That's not how this works. And what do I get? And that connects to what you were saying. D is out here.
It is.
It's about supply and demand. Girl, it's a supply out here.
A large
everywhere. It's like, remember that episode of Oprah when she was giving out the car? You get some D. You get a D. You get some D. Everybody get some D. Like it's everywhere. You don't have to fight or work for it. So please do not put the D on the pedestal. They should be putting you on the pedestal. You have to change those roles. And when guys start acting like, oh, well, just being around me should be enough.
And listen, every girl that has came up here, you should never be afraid to leave a man. Every girl that has came up here that has left a man has always been chased.
Yes. And once you leave them alone, it's like they're intrigued. They never had this before. It's supposed to be easy.
Yep.
And when they find out that you're not easy, then they don't know what to do. Like they have to try to make up for it in a certain way. And I remember I told a guy, like, I see where this is going and this not going to work. I said, because in your eyes, you are seeing yourself as the prize. Like I need to chase you. And I said, in my mind, I'm the prize. So this is not going to work. And as soon as I told him that, he has been chasing me, trying to act like what he think I like. Because I'm not gonna chase you around because of whatever job you got, or what kind of house or kind of car you got. I'm not one of those girls, and you're not offering anything. And I said, well, what do any girl get for even having something casual, a casual agreement with you? What I get? Some D. I said, you know what? I said, you know what?
That
I
ain't
think
enough.
if you can't get me nothing, he was like, we can go to the beach. He was trying to make up stuff. I'm like, no, you already answered. You already answered. I already know what you're about. I'm really not getting that much. So I'm going to go on my way. And you do you. And that's okay. Don't get peer pressured to do anything that you don't want to do with a man just because he says so. So that's all I'm gonna have to say. Also, I do need to add, girl, you need to have a brunch or something. I need a reason to come to Houston. You need to have a brunch, like do something. I need a
Ooh, I love
reason to come
that.
to Houston. And I
Everybody,
also,
I feel like everybody be coming here already though.
I don't know, but this time it'll be something like, I don't know, for your subscribers or something. You can have it like limited to X amount of people. Like, I don't know.
Ooh, I could do an RSVP.
Yes, I would
Mhm.
definitely
I
come.
like that because I just don't want the mean girls there. I just I just don't want them there. I'm not trying to be mean, but I just don't want mean people.
What? That's why I say yes.
You know how the brunches be.
Uh,
I don't want my brunch to be like that. I want everybody to feel at home, and I want everybody to feel comfortable. And I just feel like the mean girls can't come. I'm sorry, and
mm,
it's just really that simple. So maybe I will do like a RSVP type situation because then I can kind of control, who can come,
yeah,
and who can't.
yeah, I
You got to
forgot.
gatekeep. I'm learning that you really do have to gatekeep safe spaces for people because if not, you just allow any and everybody to come in. It's not gonna be safe.
That's true.
It's
And
not,
girl, I forgot like how big you are now. So yes,
it's
you
not gonna
gotta
be
attract
safe.
everybody.
Even the
You put
creeps,
up.
let me tell you something. Some of these men will even try to come to the brunch.
Mm-hmm.
Just-
I forgot. You gonna have to put it on the low.
oh my! I would love to do a. You know what I would really love to do? Honestly, I would like to do a singles meet and greet, like a mingles singles meet and greet type thing. That would be so
That'll
much
work.
fun.
Okay, that will work. I think that'll
Mhm.
work. You can definitely do that. And then, okay, yeah, you need to work on that. Work on
Mhm.
that
I
offline.
really want to do that. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, do that in Houston. Be like for like a week or a day, like kind of like how people
Mhm.
do like the speed dating, like all that
Yeah,
stuff.
like speed dating. I think that would be fun because then, like, if you were to find somebody, then you could be like, yeah, Yanni, we went to her singles mingle and greet type thing, and that's how we found each other, and then I could be a part of your love story.
Oh yeah, then we can
Mhm.
make YouTubes and tag
Mhm.
you and say how you help.
I just want it to be mixedly though. Like I want it to be men of all races and backgrounds. Well, I mean, you need to have a job. You need to have health insurance. I'm gonna have some requirements. Anybody just can't come up at the mingle and greet. I mean, that's just crazy. But yeah, just a little mingle and greet, and you got to have a job, a 401k plan, and some health insurance, and you can get in. And I just need to verify that information, and then you can get in because I can't do the bumps, y'all. I just can't do it. I'm sorry.
Yes, and we learned from those shows. What was that?
No, girl,
When you
to
get
do
that
a
review
thorough
on Married at
background
First
check.
Sight,
Yes,
because
I need you to present your resume for real.
yeah, we got the fact check because we don't need what was it, Chris from Married at First Sight. He
Oh my
owned
gosh.
restaurants and he owned sir.
That is actually a dream of mine is to have that. Like I would love to do something like that. So
That or maybe you can like mix it up, do one like that in Houston and then do like a travel one like
yeah, that would be so much fun.
Jamaica.
So I'm
Um,
gonna see what I could do. I'm gonna
yeah,
see
I think
what
you
I
got. If you need help,
can
girl,
sponsors.
yeah, I can help you with that. That'd be a cool little like mixer. And also, I do want to know. You probably don't know yet when you're gonna do the one about growing up as a thick girl. I want to be
Okay, yeah.
for that too because it's a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't know, and they think these BBL girls and like this is not what you want.
You know
Like
what? I may do it tomorrow, for real. I may do it tomorrow. I may do a live tomorrow. Why not?
okay,
So
I'll be back tomorrow then, and because I can do my perspective because a lot of people that I meet that are thicker girls, their mom was also thick, and like their mom was kind of like talking to them. I didn't have that. My mom's a size 2. My mom's a size 0. I'm
Right.
shaped like my father's side of the family. I'm a thick girl.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
So my mom talking to my mom is like, what am I talking to my mom about? Like,
well, my mom can kind of relate because she has off the chart breasts.
No, my mom ain't got on that.
So she had a name growing up for herself too. But yeah, but she couldn't relate to like I feel like it's a totally different ball game when you thick at the bottom. I don't know why. I feel like it's worse than when you big chested.
Yeah, that's true. But I had that issue where I remember like I had to put a sports bra on like elementary school. Like
Yeah.
I had to
Mm-hmm.
trying to like fix it, and it's like a lot of things that does happen with you. I remember like even high school and stuff like that. Like the teachers be like, "Oh, you can't wear this," and I'm like, "Why I can't wear it, but Susie can wear that?"
Right. And that used to crush my self-esteem. Oh my God.
And try to embarrass me in front of everybody. You got to
Yeah.
put the t-shirts and stuff on. I'm like, I'm a normal 14, 15-year-old girl. Like,
That's why I didn't play volleyball because I already felt uncomfortable in my body, but like everyone expected me to play volleyball. But I'm like, I'm not playing volleyball so people can come and be weird at my volleyball games or practice because you got to wear the short shorts. And then when you go to a predominantly white school, it's like, girl, they're not getting the spandex that fit my body. They're getting the spandex that fit the white girls' bodies. It was a mess. So I didn't play volleyball, but I wanted to so bad. I felt like I could have been really good at volleyball.
But that's the struggle. And I'll be back tomorrow then because that's definitely a good topic with the whole trauma that you have to go through. And people think, oh, that are smaller, like they want to try to be, oh, I wish I had your body and I wish that I got thicker. I wish I could gain weight. I wish I could. And it's like, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so glad y'all brought that up because I will come back on here tomorrow, seriously. So just stay tuned. I'm gonna have a video probably literally tomorrow because I'm like, it's people get tired of me saying it, so I'm like, maybe they listen to other people. I don't know at this point, but I'm trying to warn the girls because I be like, listen, if you got a slim body, you're not gonna attract like a dust like this particular type of black man that you're actually trying to avoid. And see, I have to weed through the dust. See, if the dust avoids you, why would you want the dust to come to you, sis? Like the dust don't even want to look at you. That is a great thing. I don't understand why girls get upset about that. I'm like, but he's dusty though. I don't get it. And listen, dust is not about money and it's not about status. It's about how these men think. That's why I'm just like, when they're like overly obsessed with a thick body like that, a thicker woman, there's some dust up there and it's just a lot to unpack. So if he avoiding you, it's really a blessing. It is a blessing. Like you have no idea. So yeah,
I'm taking my slim tea right now because I can't. I'm not gonna. I already felt the attention at the pool. The type of men, the dusty men. No.
Yeah, and I don't want to deal with that. And that's why I even went and changed my swimsuits. Like I do not do thong swimsuits. I do the shorts or the skirt sports now.
Yeah.
Like I don't, or I do a one piece. But even then, because I'm thicker, I can't even do a one piece because I'm gonna be honest, y'all. My booty be swallowing the whole bottom half of my swimsuit. So I can't even do a one piece unless I put like a little squirt or like a squirt or like some swim shorts. I can't do it. That's why I'm like, I ain't need everybody looking at me like that when I'm at the pool. It's a mess. So we're at the beach. So I don't know. I changed my swimsuits too. I'm gonna have to show y'all what swimsuit I got from Amazon. It's cute. It's like a halter top, and then the shorts are like they're like spandex. So my whole butt is covered. I'm like, yes. So and it's cute too. So yeah, I can't even because even the regular swimsuits, my butt be swallowing the whole thing, and I'm just like, this is ridiculous. So I got smart. I got smart. I remember when I was younger, I used to wear boy shorts a lot because regular underwear used to give me a wedgie. So it's just a mess.
Girl, that's how that's how I am with my thighs. Like I can't just wear anything. Camel toe.
Oh
It
my
start
God.
rubbing together. Then I got a hole in my jeans. I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't wear the certain things, like all these cute Fashion Nova dresses and all that. Then they got these splits. Like, hold on, like I have these big thighs. This split is all the way up. Like it keep riding up. Everything rides up. Like
You can't stand it.
it
Oh
is
my God.
not what you think. Being a thick girl is not what people think it is about. Like you can't wear half of this stuff. I can't get away with it. If I was small, oh definitely designer pieces. Oh, if I was small, oh cool. I could wear this stuff. But
Right.
no, with my thick thighs, with it don't it's not gonna look right. I'm not trying to give that look because I don't want that attention. Because all my life I know how that feels. And I don't want that type of attention. I would be like, oh, don't look at me. I don't want nobody to look at me. Don't look at my butt. Don't look at my thighs. Don't look at me.
I thought I was
Don't
the
call
only
me
one
thick.
I thought I
You
was the only
thick.
one that was like that. But no, it's not what you think. So I'm gonna come back on here and talk about it. Thank you, Amanda, for coming up here and chatting with us and sharing your story. We really do appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. And I have all my notifications on. So I know I'm gonna come back on. And like I said to the ladies, don't be me. You don't get away from that toxic situation from these men.
Right.
Period. All right. Have a good night.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So men are supposed to permanently cover their eyes. No, men are supposed to be respectable, respectful. Okay, we're not asking you to act blind. Well, you know what? Try to act blind. Maybe you should cover your eyes. Maybe you should, because I'm pretty sure that if you were to have a daughter, okay, and she, I don't know, she has some thighs and some, I don't know, abs. Maybe you would want those boys to cover their eyes and not look at your daughter like that. Or you know what? In this society, you know what they tell you to do? Cover up. Cover up. You can cover up all you want. It's still not enough for these men. It's not. It is not. I wish I would go blind. See, I would leave me the hell alone, to be honest. If I'm being completely honest, if you went blind, then you wouldn't be bothering me. Let me stop. Okay, you guys, I am logging out. If you did not get to come up here and speak, I do apologize, but I will be doing this more often. Tomorrow, I will be coming back on here and we're going to do a Thick Girl Live. We're going to talk about it because this is trauma that I have been dealing with since I was like 11 years old. When I was 11 years old. So I will definitely come back on here and do a live. And hopefully you guys can come up here and share your story about how maybe you were violated by men because you grew up thick or whatever the case may be. So turn your post notifications on. Please give the video a thumbs up. I would really greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night, guys.